Hello, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll get started here in a moment. I hope you're doing well wherever you are, wherever you're tuning in from, wherever your journey has you spiritually, physically. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are tuned into Spiritual Wisdom and Esoteric Truths, formerly the Real Psychic Investigators. And we're going to get into some more spiritual truths, some more spiritual wisdom, okay? Confirmations for your journey. Thank you so much for the love, everyone. Okay. Thank you so much for the love. My name is Nehru, and I am an esoteric guide here in the 3D, reincarnated once again, like yourself, to complete certain missions. And so welcome in. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome into this collective, and welcome to the channel. All right. Before we get into anything else, I do not have any new public subscriber notifications, but the first thing that I want to speak to is the Mercury retrograde. Okay, so we are officially in the first Mercury retrograde for the year of the horse. That is 2010. Okay, or I said 2010. That is 10, the year of 10, 2 plus 2 plus 6, 2026, the year of the horse. Okay, so we are into our first Mercury retrograde of the year. Confirmation. What is the purpose of a Mercury retrograde? Okay, so let's talk about this for a moment. And again, if you're tuning in for the first time, thank you so much. So what is the purpose of a Mercury retrograde? A Mercury retrograde is a test, okay? And it is an opportunity, just like any other day outside of a Mercury retrograde. It is a test, okay? And it is an opportunity. The test is to see if you have learned lessons, okay? If you have learned your lessons from a previous time, from a previous cycle, from a previous chapter, okay? From a previous life, okay? That's what a Mercury retrograde is for. Retro means back, going back, okay? So going back, okay, to previous situations energetically. Okay, that doesn't mean accepting someone back into your life, but that is a divine source testing you to see if you've learned your spiritual lessons. These spiritual lessons could come in a number of different ways. These spiritual lessons could come in to test your temperance, okay, confirmation. They could come in to test your temperance, okay. Hello, Dirt Devil. Thank you so much for tuning in, Dirt Devil 3300. Something about 33. I am a master builder 33, okay? That is a master teacher. That is one reason why I changed the name of the channel, as I was guided to from the real psychic investigators to esoteric wisdom and spiritual truths. So, shout out to all of our master builders out there, 11s, 22s, and 33s. And so Mercury retrogrades are a test, okay? So it could test your temperance, okay? This is why technology acts a little cattywampus, okay? A little crazy, okay? During this time. Also, you could find out or see, recognize that you could be a little clumsy at this time, okay? That could be stubbing your toe, that could be spilling your drink, that could be any number of things, okay? Tripping, physically tripping, okay? But Mercury retrogrades are a test, all right? And so as we step into the first Mercury retrograde of 2026, I hope that you are prepared for these tests. And typically, Mercury retrogrades for me start out a little intense. Okay, I have not been on in the last 24 hours for that reason. Okay, and yeah, so it requires a bit more cleansing, a bit more meditation, and a bit more focus during the Mercury retrogrades. Also, something to watch out for is miscommunication in Mercury retrogrades. Okay, miscommunication is something to watch out for retrogrades. Okay, you misunderstanding someone else or someone else misunderstanding you. All right, and so yeah, those are some things to watch out for. And those are some things that you can do, meditations and that sort of thing, more frequently. Energy cleanses, egg cleanses, salt bath cleanses, sage cleanses, Palo Santo, or what have you. These are some things that you can do on the more frequent basis, or you should, during Mercury retrogrades. I believe this Mercury retrograde ends on, hello Tony, I believe this Mercury retrograde ends on March 20th, okay? March 20th is the first day of summer and last day of winter, or last day of winter, okay? March 20th, 320, okay? 320, all right? Welcome in to all of the sun sign Pisces. Welcome to your birthday season this year, okay? In the year of the horse. Welcome in all Pisces sun signs, okay? So I'm going to share a couple of dreams with you that I had last night, dream travels. I'm going to share those with you, okay? Any names that I speak of could resonate for your journey, okay? So yeah, if you do not have a journal, or if you do not have a dream journal, or if you do not write your dreams down and that sort of thing, I would encourage you to start one, to get one. And you can use any book, okay? Here is the journal that I am currently using, and it is just a plain book, okay? It is in and of itself nothing special, okay? But this is currently the book that I am using for my journal, okay? And yeah, so the first dream that I want to share is, and thank you Divine Source for the dreams, thank you ancestors for the dreams, for the indications, for the confirmations, okay? Thank you so much. And the first dream that I want to share is involving someone who is a cousin, okay? in the 3D. Okay, so there could be something about your cousin. Okay, and again, pay attention to the names. Okay, and so in this dream, I was asleep. Okay, and I could see myself in this dream sleep. Let me turn the AC off. In this dream, I could see myself sleep. Okay, and I actually overslept, and I had a meeting scheduled, a Zoom meeting scheduled with someone, and we actually have a Zoom meeting, or we'll be scheduling a Zoom meeting, an esoteric conversation here in the next, I don't know, couple of days, day. If they're available, that meeting will happen today. Okay, and so I'm asleep. I wake up. I realize that I overslept. I wake up. I'm rushing around, getting everything together, and this cousin, okay, shows up. Okay, and it's interesting that whenever I have dreams, I often see the other individual. They are often young, and they are a child in the dream. Okay, and it was no different for this individual. Their first name is David. Okay, they were named after their grandfather. Okay, whose name is David Charles. Okay, David and Charles. Okay, and so David, who we called growing up, we called Brian. Why we called them Brian, I do not know, but their name is David Charles, all right, or David, right? And and they lived in the projects with us, okay, in Joliet, Illinois. They lived in the projects with us in Joliet, Illinois. And um, and so there could be something about low income housing. Section 8 is what they call that in the United States of America. Section 8. Okay. So there could be something about someone living in poverty, someone living in the hood, in the ghetto, in the projects. Okay. His mother's name is Carol. Okay. Or Carolyn. Okay. And he has a brother. Okay. Whose name is Daryl. Daryl. Okay, has a sister whose name is Christy, okay, and then brother whose name is Troy, all right. And so Brian comes in, okay, and he asked me for, I don't know, he asked me for tissue or something, like for his nose or something like that, and he goes into the other room. I go into the other room with the tissue. I hand it to him. He then comes back into the room at some point when I'm trying to set up this Zoom meeting that I'm late for because I overslept in this dream. And so there could be something about oversleeping, okay, or I'm getting overstepping also, okay, overstepping. Someone could have overstepped your boundaries, overstepped the boundaries you set up, overstepped something, okay? That could be legal, all right? And Brian comes in and he's wiping his face with this towel and he says, I look young, don't I? He says, I look like a baby, don't I? Right? He says, I look like a baby, all right? And he's looking in this mirror, okay? And he had shaved all of his facial hair, okay? And when we were growing up, Brian had kind of like a fro, he had a fro. And this is in the early 80s, he had a fro. He had a little fro going on. I'm going to see if I can find a picture, if I still have it saved. Okay, we took this picture with a grandmother energy, and I'm going to see if I can find, if I still have this picture. Okay, so let's see here. I don't know if I kept it. Okay, I have deleted a lot of I have deleted a lot of pictures, okay? Thank you so much for bearing with me as I share these dreams and confirmations with you. I do not see it here. Okay. But yeah. All right. Let me see. Let me check Facebook. I might have kept it. I might have kept it here. Let's see. I do not have any friends on Facebook. Okay. Uh, After I walked away from religion, all of that, I created a new Facebook page, and yeah, I did not reconnect with anyone uh, on the new account. Yeah, no, I don't see it here. Okay, so so yeah, all right, and he says I look young, don't I look like a baby, you know, and and I look over at him and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get the TV ready and all that sort of thing for the meeting. All right. And then he says, this is very interesting. Then he says, okay, something about some videos, some either some sex videos, some nudity videos, or something like that. Okay. And he says, um, yeah, he says, I used to get these confirmation, okay, on the phone, okay. Um, he says, I used to get these videos or whatever these were, okay. He was talking about of me, okay, videos of me, all right. He said he used to get these videos from someone whose name is Jamal. Jamal, okay, Jamal. And I posted a video, or I posted a picture in the community tab of a very interesting something that happened, okay? So I'm going to bend the camera down so that you can see this setup here, okay? And I'm going to show you, okay? Okay? So you see this here, okay? You see how all of this is set up here? This is the way this was, okay? When I last touched the cards, okay? So when I last touched the cards, this is the way they were. I have not touched these cards in more than 24 hours, whenever the last live was here on the channel, okay? But as you can see, there is a card out here, okay? And that card has the name Jamal on it, and it is the only card out here, okay? It is the only card out here, all right, that is by itself, okay? And again, I have not touched these cards, okay, since the last live, whenever that was, okay? And so, very interesting, okay? So when I got up, I sat down at the desk, okay, to write down these dreams, and on the desk, singled out by itself, is a card that has the name Jamal, Jacoby, Jacob, and Jocelyn on it. Okay? And so that was a confirmation. Okay? Hello, Cheryl. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was a confirmation, is a confirmation for that dream and for something significant about Jamal. Okay? Jamal. All right? Now, I met a Jamal well after my childhood years. I met this Jamal when I was in my 40s, probably, and he worked with my daughter's mother. Okay? Jamal worked with my daughter's mother in Longwood, Florida, Central Florida, Longwood, Florida. And I did not know him well, okay? We exchanged a couple of emails. He is a music artist of some sort, okay? He was trying to get his music career off the ground at that time. Um, and for a few months, we connected on Facebook. We were friends on Facebook for a little while. But yeah, so the name Jamal, okay? Now it could have something to do with that Jamal, or it could have something to do with someone else whose name is Jamal. But Brian said in that dream that he was getting nude videos, or he had getting nudity, something or other about me from Jamal. Okay, and so I wake up and Jamal is the only card out here not in a stack. Okay, and again, I have not touched these cards, tarot, angel numbers, anything in 24 plus hours. All right, and so the individual that I was supposed to be having that Zoom meeting with is an interior decorator. Okay, she's an interior decorator in Northern California. Okay, Northern California. Okay, her name is Kathy. Kathy. Okay, first name. All right, and so yeah. Okay, so yeah, that was the first dream. Second dream, I was out on a boat pier or a boat dock. And I walk out onto this dock. And again, thank you so much for tuning in and being patient as I share these esoteric confirmations and dreams with you. Feel free to ask your questions. If you have questions, okay, we will take questions, spiritual questions. How do I get rid of this energy? How do I get rid of that? How do I clear this chakra? How do I, etc. Okay, we are taking those questions. Hello, Trinity. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. So in this second dream, or in this other dream, I don't know which one I had first or second, but in the other dream, I am standing out, or I walk out onto this pier or this dock, okay, of this lake, and there are two women out there fishing, okay, two women. Okay, we are in Pisces season now, and again, happy birthday to all the sun sign Pisces out there. And Pisces is fish, okay? In the traditional Kepler deck, the Pisces, okay, in the image, there is a being, okay, with a cup, and there are two fish in the cup, okay? So Pisces, fish, okay? And so go out onto this deck. I'm standing out. I'm not fishing, okay? The two women are, okay? And so one woman takes her with her reel. She steps into the water. And as she gets into the water, or maybe even before, there are these huge fish that start showing up. And when I say huge fish, I mean fish, and eventually she does pull one out of the water. These fish are, I mean, their heads are like this. They're huge, huge fish. And she steps into the water with her fishing reel, okay? And the other woman is off to the right, and she is fishing off of the dock or off of the pier. And all of a sudden, okay, these fish start showing, large fish start showing up, okay? This speaks to bounty. This speaks to abundance, okay? Abundance, all right? And I'm just sitting there watching, okay? And so she pulls the first fish up, this woman in the water. She pulls a fish up, and again, the fish is enormous, huge, huge fish. I'm not a fish expert, okay? The last time I went fishing was, I don't know, probably 10 years ago, and I used to go fishing when I was on dialysis. I used to go fishing with a gentleman just up the street from where the dialysis center was that I was getting treatments at in Sanford, Florida. I used to go fishing with him. He was also a dialysis patient at that time. I do not recall his name, but he was a dialysis patient at that time. And at one point, he had given a couple of fishing rods. Okay. And so there's something about fishing. All right. And she pulls this fish up. Okay. And this is an abnormal looking fish. Okay. Or what would be called an abnormal looking fish. And then when she pulls this one fish up, all of these other strange and unusual, I call them strange, unusual fish start jumping up out of the water and landing onto the dock or the pier. Okay? And I look around and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, this is like divine intervention, or this is like a divine phenomena. I think I said, this is like a divine phenomena or some type of event. And there was some guy, off to the left, and he was like, no, it's not. And he was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I don't believe that. No, it's not. Okay. And I said, yes, it is. I said, yes, it is. I said, the same divine being that gave you breath. And I'm telling this to him in this dream. I said that the same divine being that gave you breath, that created you, is responsible for this. And he was like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. So there's something about a doubting Thomas type of energy. Okay. You read about doubting Thomas in the religious book, the Bible, a doubting spirit, someone who doesn't believe, someone who doubts your truth, someone who doubts your spiritual change. Okay, you could be going from religion to spirituality. You could be trying to share this with your family, with your friends, and they're like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You share your dreams with them, right? And they're significant for you. You share these things with your family and your friends, and they're like, no, I don't. You share it with your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend. What? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You know what I mean? So this guy was like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That's nah. I don't. Right? And I tell him, I said, yes, it is. I said, absolutely. I said, again, same being that gave you breath and created you caused this phenomena for these unusual. All of them were unusual. Some of them look like alien type of fish. Okay, very unusual types of fish. And and I said, yes, it is. And I said something along the lines of something, and I called him a dumbass. Okay, I called him a dumbass. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, I am not politically correct. Okay, in case you in case you don't know that, I am not politically correct. Okay, that's what the politicians are. That's why they hide the rapes that go on with the priests. Okay, this is why they hide the undercover karmic investigator and politician activity. Okay, something about the Epstein files. Okay, the Epstein files. This is why they hide shit from you. Okay, but I called him a dumbass in the dream. All right, and so again, you could be dealing with spiritual dumbasses. They don't believe your dreams. They don't believe you're spiritual. They don't believe you're an angel. They don't believe you're a star seed. They don't believe. Okay, they don't believe. So that's okay. Just leave them where they are. Okay, you don't have to convince anyone who you are. Okay, you don't have to convince anyone of who you are. The miracles and the signs and wonders will speak for themselves. Okay, will speak for themselves. All right, and so yeah, all right, and so yeah, I woke up from that dream, and yeah, so very interesting dreams. Okay. So yeah, we are going to take a look at the energy with those dreams coming out here. Okay, we are going to take a look at the energy with some tarot and some tarot messages. We'll get some angel number confirmations out here, and yeah, we'll see what Most High has to say to us today. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Nehru. I am in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Okay, I've been traveling in Southeast Asia since May 5th, since Cinco de Mayo of last year. I've been traveling throughout Southeast Asia. Okay, so someone's name could be Asia. Okay, Asia. Someone tuning in could be Asian this lifetime. All right, so thank you so much, Divine Source Eravat. Thank you so much, Issa. That is Yeshua. That is the Ascended Master. They are not Latin, so their name is not Jesus. Okay. All right. And we do delete karmic ass motherfuckers that come onto the channel and say karmic ass shit like nice hair. Okay. We delete those dumbasses off the channel. All right. So whoever that was that just said nice hair, they just got deleted and blocked from the channel. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. And again, we are in the first Mercury. That's right, Angel. We are in the first Mercury retrograde of 2010, and we got 0303. Okay, someone tuning in, the numbers on their handle was 3300. This is 3300. This is 3300. I don't know if they're still in the room. Okay, but this is 3300 right here. Okay. Oh, so Cheryl, you need to get your ass kicked out too, Cheryl? Do you need to get your ass kicked out too, Cheryl? Okay. Do you? Okay. I'll give you 30 seconds to get out of the room on your own. Okay. I'll give you 30 seconds to get out of the room on your own, Cheryl. Mm-hmm. Okay. So divine source, we already have 0303 and we have a confirmation. Someone out here, the first person in the room that I recognize. Let me see if their name is still up here. Okay. Was yes. Okay. It is Dirt Devil 3300. So Dirt Devil 3300, that is 3300. Okay. All right. So divine source, what other angel numbers would you like to use to confirm messages here today? We have 1010, double confirmation and a confirmation burp. Okay. It is currently 7:13 a.m. here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam on the 26th of February in the year of 10. We have 1010 out here. There could be something that's a double portion for you this year, something that's a double portion for you this year. Okay? That could be children, that could be employment opportunity, okay, etc. Double portion. We have 1010 out here. This could also be angel numbers that you are seeing on the frequent basis. Okay, we have 999 out here for release. For release. All right. We'll take those three angel numbers. Thank you, divine source, ancestors. Okay. We'll read these, okay, at some point during the live. Okay, let me show you these angel numbers. Okay. So these are the three angel number cards that we have out here. All right. I see that we have 25 in the room and 24. Again, those of you tuning in for the first time, this is formally the Real Psychic Investigators. Okay. I just recently changed the channel as Divine wanted me to tap into more and share more of my Master Builder 33 energy. That is a spiritual master teacher. Okay. I do not hold myself on a pedestal of any sort. Okay. But I also, okay, do not allow anybody to treat me like garbage, treat me like shit, run over me, treat me like a doormat. I do not allow other beings to do that to me. If I need to cut somebody off, I cut them off, and I cut them off quickly. Okay. One of the things that my former friends would criticize me of, okay, is my strong cutoff game. One of the things that my former friends would criticize me of is my strong cutoff game. So you could have a strong cutoff game, okay? So they could be realizing, or they did realize back then, back when, whenever, that you just don't put up with the bullshit. You don't put up with the nonsense, okay? You just don't. You call it like it is, okay? You call it like it is, all right? And so that could be an energy that doesn't go over very well with your family, doesn't go over very well with your coworkers, okay? Call it like it is, okay? Tell it like it is, okay? Don't be afraid. Tell it like it is. Don't be afraid, okay? Tell it like it is, all right? So again, you can ask your questions, spiritual questions, things that you have concerns or questions about, okay? I do not know when you're going to get your justice, okay? All right, because that's not for me to know, okay? My job is to know my own journey, okay? But divine source, as an empath, divine source does use me to confirm things, okay? But I do not know when you're going to get your justice, okay? I do not know if your child is coming back to you, okay? What's up, Rasta? What's up, Rasta? Good to see you in the energy, baby. Good to see you in the energy. All right. So yeah. Okay. Again, Mercury retrograde. Meditate more. Protect your energy. Okay. and learn the lessons from the last so that you do not have to repeat them. That is the purpose of Mercury retrogrades, okay? To test you, okay? Like school, class. The teacher gives the lessons, and then at the end of the week, there's a test. At the end of the semester, there's a test. At the end of the quarter, there's a test, okay? A test. So, I hope you passed your spiritual test. We have the Two of Pentacles out here, something being brought into balance, something being brought into balance, okay? This doesn't have to be money. It could be money, could be your pentacles, okay? But something being brought into balance. After seasons of unsurety, okay? After seasons of wondering when, okay? One of the ways that you can help things go better and flow easier for you is by not asking the question of when. By not asking the question of when. Oh, Divine is also, I'll share very quickly a point about another dream that I had the day prior, the night prior, okay? And this is about a former lover, okay? And they told me in the dream that they were needing to go to the doctor, and they were either having back issues or needing back surgery, or their back was messed up or something like that. So there could be something about confirmation in the earbuds. I just got doo 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 doo. Okay, I just got a confirmation in the earbuds. So there is something about back surgery, back issues. There's something about that, and your back deals with your foundation. Okay, your back deals with your foundation. Just as the earth rotates on an axis, your spine is your axis. That is also your antenna. Okay, your antenna, everything, your nerves and the physical body, it all flows from, hello, Christine. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Esoteric Wisdom, Spiritual Truths, okay? Formerly the Real Psychic Investigators, okay? Thank you so much, Christine. Good to see you, okay? And so your back, okay, is your central nervous system central, okay, center, all right? All of your nerves, the Christos, Crotos, that flows up and down your spine, and the Kundalini energy, okay, that flows, fluid that flows up and down your spine, all right? And she was telling me in this dream that she needs back surgery or has back issues, okay? Also in this dream, I noticed that her titties were larger than they were when we were dating. So someone could have got a boob job. She could have gotten a boob job. You know what I mean? So yeah, okay. And it was nothing sexual. We were outside, okay? So she was fully clothed, all right? But her breasts were larger than what they were when we were dating, okay? All right, I'm not a large breast man. That's not a necessity for me. All right, that's not. All right, but yeah, okay. So again, there could be something about someone getting breast enlargements and back surgery. We got a confirmation in the earbuds when I said back surgery or back issues. And again, that deals with your central nervous system, okay? The back deals with your foundation, all right? So divine source, what else? We're going to shuffle the stack here again. We have the Two of Pentacles out here for something being brought into balance, okay? Back surgery, okay, is often needed when something is out of balance in your body. Back surgery, okay? Someone could be a chiropractor. Back surgery is often needed, okay, to bring things back into balance, Someone's feeling abandoned out here. Someone's feeling abandoned out here, abandoned, okay? You left me when they were ghosting you, okay? But they're going to try to say, or they were saying, or yeah, you left me. Oh, you left me, but they were ghosting you, okay? They were gaslighting you, all right? We have the Seven of Wands out here, okay? Seven of Wands, okay? I call that the Mamba card, okay? The Mamba card, okay? Courage, okay? Courage, fortitude, okay? Again, calling things like they are, okay? So you call it like it is, okay? All right. Next shuffle of the stack. Oh, we have a couple other cards out here. What is this? Okay. We have the Knight of Swords energy. We have a King of Wands energy coming out here sideways, okay? So someone could be changing their perspective of you, okay? Someone could be changing their perspective of you. This could be a boss. This could be someone in some type of authoritative position, okay? This could be judges, okay? This could be attorneys, okay? This could be attorneys that they hired. You know what I mean? They could be an attorney. We have judgment popping out here. Judgment popping out here. We have the Four of Swords tarot message, okay? Four of Swords tarot message. I see we have 18 in the room and 28 likes. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we got the Ace of Swords in the upright for a breakthrough, okay? For a breakthrough, okay? No, Maddie King, I'm not a rabbit, and get your fucking ass off my channel, okay? Get your dumb ass off my channel. All right? Okay. What else? Anything else from this deck, Divine? Anything else from this deck? Anything else? Okay, I see those eyes up there from Angel, okay? Someone could be looking at you, ooh, on the Hierophant, okay? On the Hierophant. So somebody could be looking at you like that. Somebody could be looking at you like that now, like, you know, somebody could be looking at you like that, okay? Somebody could be looking at you like, because they now realize that you are when they doubted, just like the guy in that dream, okay, that I shared earlier, him saying, nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that's divine intervention. I don't believe that that was a divine phenomenon with all those strange and unusual fish jumping out of the water and all of that sort of thing. I don't believe that. He was like, I don't believe that, okay? Yeah. Again, doubting Thomas energy. And yeah, they could be Wheel of Fortune out here. Wheel of Fortune out here with the Hierophant. Wheel of Fortune with the Hierophant. The Ace of Swords, a breakthrough. A breakthrough and judgment, okay? Also, what I'm getting with that dream and all of those unusual fish, okay, jumping out of the water, okay, is you are a rare fish. High vibrational being, you are a rare catch. You are a rare fish. Thank you, Divine. You are a rare fish. You are a rare catch. Yeah. So, like those eyes with Angel, even somebody else who's coming into their divinity, they could be looking at you like, damn, who are you? You know what I mean? Damn, who is she? Damn, who is he? Somebody could be looking at you like that. You a rare fish, okay? You a rare catch, okay? I've never come across somebody like you. Somebody could be looking at you like, yeah, look at that fish over there. That's a great catch. Yeah, all right? So, do what you do, rare fish, okay? Do what you do, rare fish. And that could speak to the judgment, the legal system out here, okay? They could be looking at you, your case, your situation, okay? Whatever you've gone through, and they could be looking at you like, what's up, Divine Waters? What's up, Divine Waters? Okay, good to see you. Good to see you. All right? They could be looking at you. They could be looking at you. Legal system could be looking at you as they look at your situation, as you share your truth, as things are getting investigated and revealed to them about your journey. Okay? They could be looking at you like, we've never seen anything like this. We've never seen a case like this. We've never seen a situation like this. Okay? So, something about your rarity. Your rarity. Okay? Rare and unusual. Rare and unusual. We got the Three of Cups out here for ancestors helping you on your journey. All right? Honor your ancestors. Okay? Honor your ancestors. Okay? Thank you so much, Divine Waters. Honor your ancestors. Honor your ancestors. Okay? They are helping you manifest, providing protection for you, okay? And these two of cups being held over these two cups being held over your head, crown protection, protecting your journeys, protecting your dreams, protecting your visions, okay? But you also see this being that represents you. They are doing the work as well. They hold a cup, okay? They are grounded. You see that the bottom of their feet, okay? Looks like fire, all right? Looks like fire, okay? One of the things that happened to me at some point during my ascensions and during my awakening process, we'll read it when I pull it out of the stack, Rasta. Okay, that's how I always do it. Okay, we read those messages when I pull them out of the stack. Same thing with the angel numbers. I read the messages when we pull them from the stack. Okay, those of you who are tuning in, this is the stack that I'm working with, and this is the stack that I'm working with. Okay. I am in Vietnam, Lisa, but I am an American, okay, U.S. Army veteran as well, okay? If you are in the U.S., okay, I used 8 years of this life to protect your ass, Lisa. So, yeah, yeah, Lisa, I am an American physically, okay? That is where my citizenship is, but yes, I am in Vietnam currently, all right? So, yeah. On the top of the stack, we have a stand-up comedian, okay? Oh, okay. All right. Shout out to the UK. We do have UK listeners that tune in all of the time. We have UK listeners that tune in all of the time. So shout out to all of the UK high vibrational energy out there, okay? So we have a stand-up comedian energy out here. Okay, it might be time for you to stand up. Might be time for you to stand up. Okay, might be time for you to stand up. So David Owens, okay, Dave Chappelle, okay, Chris Rock, all right, Bruce, okay, Jeff Foxworthy, okay. Awesome, awesome, Christine. Awesome, Christine. All right. So yeah, those are some comedian names. Okay, comedian names. Okay. We have some type of investment that's no longer happening. Okay. So someone could no longer be paying a tarot reader, a karmic tarot reader, a witchcraft worker. Someone could no longer be paying them. Okay. Someone could no longer be investing in witchcraft. Okay. Someone could be no longer investing in witchcraft. Okay. So you're in two places at once, Lisa. You're in two places at once. Okay. We have the Emperor coming out here. Okay. We have an Emperor out here. Emperor out here. Okay. Just call me Step. What's going on, sunshine? Good to see you. Okay. Good to see you. Okay. We have an Emperor energy out here. You could be realizing you are an Emperor. Okay. Apparently so, Lisa. Apparently so. Okay. One question that Rasta asked me in the live, something about a comfort pet, something about a comfort pet. Okay, you could have a fur baby. Okay, I am a huge dog fan, and that's both in the literal sense. Okay, meaning I love, just fur baby dogs in general, animals in general. Okay, but a particular love for the canine, okay? But I like big dogs, okay? I like man dogs. I call them man dogs, okay? So, Cane Corso, I've had a Cane Corso. I had an American Bulldog, okay? American Bulldog, his name is Brutus, okay? Yeah, so, give me just one moment. Give me just one moment. Brutus lived to be 15 years old. Okay, that's not the English bulldog. Okay, that's not the short, stubby one. Okay, Brutus lived to be 15. There could be something about 15. Something happened when you were 15. 15, 1-5, 2015 could be significant. Okay, 2015. Okay, all right. So here's a picture of Brutus when he was a young beefcake. All right, picture of Brutus right there when he was a young beefcake right there. Okay, Brutus. All right, he had paws that were the size of my palm almost. All right, Brutus. All right, Brutus. All right, someone's name could be Brutus. All right. Yeah. So yeah, Brutus passed in 2019. Okay, 2019. All right. And in one of my journals, someone gave me a dozen roses. Okay. And at that time, okay, as a comfort, okay, someone gave me a dozen roses at that time, and I took one of the rose petals, one of the buds of one of those roses, and I taped it in the journal, okay, with a message in there about Brutus, okay, when he passed in August of 2019, okay. So yeah, something about a comfort pet. We got the hermit mode out here in the upright, okay. Anything else divine? Looking at the names Thelma, Telma, and Tia, okay. Thelma, Telma, and Tia, okay. We have the smoke out here. We have the smoker energy out here. Okay, you could smoke anything. Okay, ganja. You could smoke anything. Okay, shout out to Brutus, baby. Shout out to Brutus. He was a gentle giant. Okay, he probably weighed 120, 30, something like that. You know, before he started to before he started to age and lose weight. Yeah. He was a hefty boy. All right. So we have the smoker out here. It could be anything, ganja, whatever, anything out here. Okay. You might need to do you might need to do a little 420 to relax. Okay. That is what I use 424. Okay. Is just for relaxing. Okay. And it even helps with tapping into and going greater into, okay, meditations and that sort of thing, okay. Big Bubba. Yeah, there you go. Okay, whatever it is that you do, all right, Big Bubba clock blunts. All right, we have the 8 of Wands showing, so something about communication that did not come out. All right. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. All of the regulars, shout out to you, okay? Ooh, we got the lovers, okay? We got the lovers, something about a contract, business, personal. I don't see them in here, but if someone shows up, a particular spirit, if they show up, okay? If they show up, I will share a confirmation, okay? About a conversation that I had with them. I don't see them in here, but if they show up, and they always comment, so yeah. Okay. And we have the 8 of Swords, okay? The 8 of Swords, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you the energy out here as it is, okay? Again, 2 of Swords energy out here. So that could be a choice, okay? A choice that needs to be made. That with the 8 of Swords represents someone, okay, who is stuck, okay? Someone who is stuck, okay? Yeah, here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, it's been a minute since I've had any. Here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam specifically, it's difficult, okay, to get that. Okay, it's very difficult to get that. Okay, you have to know the right people and all that sort of thing. Some countries here in Asia, some places there are shops you can go in, you can buy. Okay, so for instance, in Thailand, okay, I was in Phuket, Thailand for a while. They have shops. You can go in and you can buy it. Okay, just like you can in America. Okay, pre-wrapped, fresh, however you want to do it. Okay, so but then in other countries such as Vietnam, well, at least in Ho Chi Minh City, there are very few shops. In Da Nang, you can get it. It's rare. Okay, there are one or two places that I discovered where you could get it in Da Nang. Oh, your dad lives in Thailand, so shout out to the Thailands, shout out to the Thai energy, shout out to the Thailand spirit, okay? And so yeah, all right. But here, it's extremely rare here in Ho Chi Minh City to be able to get that. But yeah, so someone could be stuck. Someone could be regretting they didn't make the decision to choose you, okay? To choose you, to choose their higher vibration when it called out to them, okay? When that still small voice came whispering, psst, it's time to awaken. Psst, it's time to awaken. They could have been too caught up, okay? Too caught up in whatever they were doing. They felt shameful. They didn't want to come forward with the truth, okay? They were embarrassed by whatever they were involved in. And so they weren't able to come forward. Again, we have smoker energy out here, okay? Okay? Yeah, there's something about not picking up the call, okay? Hermit mode, okay? I'm showing you all the tarot before we place them in the stack. Okay, we have a comfort pet out here, okay? A comfort pet out here, okay? Also, this could be, okay, comfort pet that has passed that is helping you spiritually, okay? There is no creature from man on down, if you want to consider man at the top of the totem pole. There is no creature that's ever been created that is not a spirit being, okay? That does not carry a spirit. There is no being ever created, from the fish, to the worm, the snake, the bird, okay, the beast, the bison, the camel, the moose, the tiger, okay, the hyena. All of them carry spirit, okay? All right. So, yeah. All right. Then we have an emperor out here in the upright, an emperor out here in the upright, okay? We have a 6 of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Again, so no longer investing, no longer getting money. Someone's business could be going out of business, okay? Someone could have no business, okay? No business, okay? Certainly no business doing karmic things towards you. No business, okay? Shout out to Bruce, okay? And your fur babies, okay? That have ascended, okay? All dogs go to heaven, I like to say. All creatures go to heaven, right? Stand-up comedian out here, or it's time to stand up, okay? Time to stand up, all right? When I say creatures, okay, I mean animals. I don't mean humans, okay? I don't mean humans, right? Again, we will read this 4 of Swords message out here when we pull it from the stack, okay? Hello, one shooting star. Thank you so much for tuning in, okay? We have the Knight of Swords out here, okay? So, someone definitely was trying to take you out, okay? Someone was definitely trying to end your journey. Someone was definitely trying to prevent you from ascending. And again, that could just be someone doubting, just like that dream. That could just be someone doubting. Oh, you didn't have that dream. No, you didn't. No, that didn't happen to you. What? That didn't happen. Just, you know. All right. 2 of Swords energy out here again. Someone who's stuck, or that could represent a decision that you need to make. 8 of Swords energy, okay? We have the Four of Cups energy out here in reverse. Four of Cups energy in reverse. Again, Three of Cups energy in the upright. Okay, thank your ancestors. Buy them flowers, buy them wine, buy them food. Make a plate. Make a place at the table for your ancestors. Oh, confirmation angel. Okay, make a place at your table for your ancestors. Honor them, not just divine source. Okay, your grandfather spirits that help you, speak to you, that you dream about, your grandmother energies, your mother energies, your father energies, your son energies, okay, your daughter energies that are helping you from the esoteric. Okay, honor them. All right. Two of Pentacles, something about something being brought into balance. What's up, Kim? What's going on, KT? Okay. What's going on, KT? Confirmation knock. I don't know what that was. Shout out to KT. Confirmation, KT. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. This represents your Akashic records. Okay. We all have signed spiritually Akashic records. This is the same thing Yeshua did, okay, when divine source asked them to come here and be the light, okay, and be the propitiation, okay. Divine source asked them to sign a contract to come here, okay, between 4 AD and 5 AD or 6 AD, okay. They asked them, or BC, they asked them, will you go incarnated as human form, okay, because we are needing you at this time? They said yes, and when they said yes, they signed a contract, spiritual contract, okay? All right? Because I look like Denzel to you, Brooke, I'm going to kick your stupid ass off my channel, okay? Thank you for letting me know, but I don't, okay? And return that shit to the sender, okay? All right? So, next we have judgment, okay? Judgment coming out here for someone. Judgment coming out here for someone. All right? So, if there's if there's karma hitting someone, dharma must be hitting the high vibration energy. If is karma hitting the low vibration energy, dharma must be hitting the high vibrational energy. Okay? That's how it works. Okay? There's a light and there's a dark. There's a good, there's a bad, there's a right, there's a wrong, there's a righteous, there's a lawless. That's how it works. There's a yin, there's a yang. Okay? You can't have the yang without the yin. Okay? All right? If there's an emperor, there's an empress. If there's a high priest, there's a high priestess. Okay? We have Seven of Wands out here in the upright. Okay? Okay? Dharma, okay, is high vibrational energy. Dharma is the good things. Okay? Dharma is the light. Okay? So if someone is a rapist, okay, they sow karma into their life. So when they get arrested, 3D, whatever, they get STDs, whatever, they get murdered in prison, okay? All of that is karma, okay? Someone who gives unconditional love and then they receive unconditional love, they are then put into a divine union. That is dharma, the good, okay? The good. And again, the light. All right. So think of karma as muddy water and dharma as clear water. Okay. Clear water, Florida could be significant. Clearwater, Florida could be significant. The name Diane, okay, and Kamisha, Diane, Kamisha could be significant. Yes, like that. All right. We have the Hierophant up here, okay? Again, you could resonate with being some type of extraterrestrial being. You could resonate with being a starseed, an emperor. You could resonate with being a spiritual guru. You could resonate with being some type of divine being out here with this Hierophant. That's a good question. I got these a lot, man. Someone else asked me that, and I don't remember honestly. Um, and I've been traveling with these cards for a long time. I got them off of Amazon. Um, yeah, so I don't recall. Okay, and I don't even think the cards with the pictures had anything. I just looked for what I wanted when I was looking for this deck. Is I just wanted cards that had images on them, different images on them. Okay, and so that one stood out to me, so I picked that one. And again, all of these cards I got off of Amazon, or decks I got off of Amazon. Okay, we have something about a breakthrough and the truth coming out here with the Ace of Cup, or excuse me, Ace of Swords. Okay, King of Cups. This did come out or King of Wands, excuse me, it came out sideways, okay, like this. Okay, so again, that could be being brought into balance like this. Okay, at one point, you or they were like this. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, sounds awesome, Christine. Enjoy that meditation class. Okay, and again, we are now in Mercury retrograde. Okay, so that's a wise idea. Okay, jump on a meditation, jump on something. Okay, meditate more. That is a necessity during Mercury retrogrades. Okay, because the attacks intensify, the energy overall, both high and low vibration, it intensifies. Thank you so much, Christine. Okay, thank you so much, as always, all right. So yeah, someone's feeling abandoned out here. Okay, someone's feeling abandoned out here, abandoned. Okay, left alone. Lastly, we got the Lovers card out here in the upright. So for those of you that resonate with a divine union this lifetime, someone else could be coming in and they could be bringing love into balance for you. Okay, bringing love into balance for you. Okay, there could be, I had that dream about a dock. Okay, on the dock. Okay, so there could be something about the love boat. Okay, soon we'll be making another love. The love boat. Okay, something exciting and new. Okay, the love boat. The love boat. Something about the love boat. All right. You could be going on a cruise, okay, with somebody new. You could be going on a cruise with somebody new. As a reminder, here are the angel numbers. All right. And again, we'll read these when we pull them from the stack. All right, Divine, let's go ahead and place these cards in the stacks. Again, on top of the deck, I see Thelma, Telma, and Tia, okay, or Thea. I said Tia. Thea, all right, Thea, okay. Remind you to only take what resonates, okay? Take only what resonates, okay? Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it, okay? Looking forward to it, all right? Take what only resonates, and that means what easily fits. Hello, Anomaly. Hello, Anomaly. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're doing well wherever you are, okay? Feel free to let me know where you're tuning in from. We do have one in here from the UK, okay? We have someone in here whose father is currently in Thailand. In Thailand, they are just up the road from me, if you will, just up the road from me. Somebody could be just up the road from you, just up the road from you, okay? Karmic or high vibrational, they could be just up the road from you, all right? Again, hope everyone is doing well. Okay, for most of you, I think it's evening time. Okay, look at the clock. It is 7:52. Look at the clock. It is 7:52. Shout out to Ohio. 7:52. There's a 7-7. 7:52. 7-7. Okay, 7:52. Okay. 6:52. Okay. So someone Central Time in the U.S. perhaps? Central Time in the U.S. Las Vegas, baby. We got a double confirmation for Ohio. Okay, so something about Ohio. Okay. Las Vegas, baby. Someone could be an opportunist. They took a gamble. Okay. They took a gamble. Okay. And bet against you. Okay. They took a Kansas City, Missouri. Okay. Kansas City, Missouri. All right. Chiefs. All right. So, yeah. Somebody had too many Chiefs in their life. Okay. Someone had too many Chiefs in their lives. Everybody telling them what to do. Okay. They're 30, 40, 50 years old. Okay. They mama, daddy still telling them what to do, and they afraid to go against whatever they mama and daddy say. Okay. Because they mama and daddy still trying to parent them, and they're 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. Okay. What's up, area? What's going on, area? I was going to say Ananiah. Something about Ananiah. The name Briggs. Getting download names. Ananiah, Briggs. Ananiah and Briggs. Ananiah and Briggs. All right. Area, we are just placing the cards within the stack. Okay. I've been yapping for a minute. Okay. Sharing 2 dreams. All right. But I've been yapping for a minute, pulling energy. Okay. Some interesting energy out here. Okay. Something being brought into balance. Someone who was doubting you, doubted who you are, doubted what you were saying, doubted your dreams. You could have shared your dreams with them. They were doubting it. Okay? Whatever those dreams were. Doing great. No, I'm saying I was going to say area, but I started to say Ananiah. So the name Ananiah, I know your name is area. All right. But Ananiah is significant. Okay. There could be an Ananiah that's listening in the background on this video. Okay. Ananiah. Okay. So let's go ahead. Confirmation. Okay. We got braids and dreads. Okay. So someone who has braids, dreads. Okay. You or someone else. Braids, dreads. Okay. Braids, dreads. Okay. What's up, Brittany? Okay. What's up, Brittany? Okay. Oh, I get it. You're telling me that it's actually pronounced Oriah. Oriah. Is that right? You're telling me that it's pronounced Oriah. Oriah. Sorry. Took me a minute. Okay. I don't use my brain for these things, right? I don't use my brain for these things. So yes, it clicked. Oriah. Like Orion. Oriah. All right. You won't ever hear from me. I'm too prideful. There you go. Okay. There you go. You won't ever hear from somebody. They're too prideful. Okay. Right. So some people are too prideful. Okay. Some people are too prideful. And then some people are like the Temptation saying, ain't too proud, too big. Sweet darling, please don't leave me, girl. Okay? Ain't too proud to plead, baby, baby. Please don't leave me, girl. Okay? All right. So, comfort pet out here. Okay? Comfort pet. Any one of these, the one with braids or dreads could have a comfort pet. Okay? Again, your spiritual babies, fur babies helping you from above. Okay? This prideful individual could have a fur baby, comfort pet. They could need a comfort pet at this time. Okay? They could need to be comforted at this time, but they will never come forward because they're too prideful. We have the name Hunter and a Liar. Okay? Hunter and a Liar. We're going to roll some dice on this liar, and we're going to get some zodiacs. Okay? We're going to roll the zodiac 3 times. Her name could be Claire. Okay? Claire, Blair, Liar. Claire, Blair, Liar. Sinclair, Sinclair. Why is Sinclair ringing a bell? Sinclair. The name like Ogreford or something like that? Sinclair. Oh, in living single, right? Sinclair. Yeah, Sinclair. In living single. Or living single. In living single. Living single. Living single. Okay? Sinclair. Sinclair. Okay? Confirmation with the locks. Confirmation with the locks. All right? So let's go ahead and again, Hunter. Right here. Okay? So Hunter could be on lockdown spiritually, physically. Hunter could be, okay, getting the handcuffs put on him. Okay? Claire, Blair, Sinclair. Okay? Could be getting the handcuffs put on him. Yeah, living single. I am. Okay? Single, celibate, and happy. Single, celibate, and happy. Let's go ahead and roll. Where's the zodiac dice? Oh, here we go. Okay? So we're going to roll the zodiac dice on liar and see what we get. Okay? And again, there's a liar out here that's in this energy. Okay? There's a liar out here that's in this energy. All right? Divine source, first roll of the dice. Can you give us the sun sign for the liar? One of the liars is a, okay, is a Pisces. First liar is a Pisces. Okay, we are in Pisces season. First liar is a Pisces. Okay, saying, yeah, anomaly. Yep, confirmation. Okay, second, okay, first liar energy is Pisces sun sign. Second liar, okay, is Libra. Second liar is a Libra. A Libra. Okay, second liar is a Libra. Third liar sun sign. Third liar sun sign is a and a Pisces again. And a Pisces again. Okay? All right? We are out of Aries season, okay? But there could be something, or excuse me, I said Aries. So, okay. So there's an Aries. I was going to say Aquarius. So there's an Aries, okay? There is an Aries liar out here energy. Aries liar energy out here. I think that was a confirmation. Aries liar. Okay? All right, Divine. Thank you so much for those confirmations, okay? A sibling out here involved in witchcraft against you. A sibling out here involved in witchcraft against you, okay? A sibling. Okay? We have some years. We have the name Berlin or place Berlin. Okay, name or place. There you go. Okay. Okay. On the 1010, okay? Again, double portion out here for the year of the horse. Double portion out here for the year of the horse. Giddy up, baby. Giddy up. Giddy up. Giddy up. Okay? So when you get this divine union, if that's what's in the cards for you, this year, or next year, or 2 years from now, whenever, okay? If you are celibate for 2 months, 2 weeks, okay, 3 weeks, 3 months, okay, you are not ready for a divine union. I'm gonna just say it, okay? Hello, thank you so much for tuning in, Sassafras. If you are celibate, for 60 days, 90 days, you're not ready for a divine union. Your sacral is not ready for a divine union. You still need to do some cleansing, okay? All right? You still need to do some cleansing. Their fluids, okay? Their scent still around you, okay? You still have some work to do. You still have some work to do, okay? Oh, confirmation, okay? Extremely great, divine waters. The chances are tremendous. The chances are extremely great, all right? So let's go ahead and read this 1010 message while I hold these names up here, okay? Or messages, name, message, okay? It's time to put those big cherished ideas into action. You will soon come into contact with the appropriate individuals, circumstances, and resources. Thank you, Aravat. Thank you, Aravat. Thank you, Aravat, for bringing the appropriate individuals, circumstances, and resources. Okay? Eventually, you will experience joy as well as brand new opportunities. 1010, trust in the process. We are looking at moderation, patience. That could deal with the 420 energy that we were speaking about earlier. Okay? Yeah, it truly is. Because when you love yourself, you don't look for external love. Okay? When you love yourself, you don't look for external love. Okay? We are grown in here, so we can have grown folks conversations. When you love your scent, you know what I'm saying? When you love your scent, you don't need to go looking for you don't need to go sniffing around for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to go sniffing around for somebody else. When you love you, you don't need to go sniffing around for somebody else. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So love your scent. Love who you are. Okay? Love your energy. Okay? Love yourself. And when you love yourself right, yeah. And then, man, I'll be looking at you like, you stuck up. You're not stuck up. You just got standards that they can't even comprehend. Okay? He's not stuck up. Okay? He just has expectations. Okay? And he carries an energy that they just cannot comprehend. And they are at a level that they just cannot reach. So when they call you stuck up, say, yeah, yeah, I am. About myself, about my journey, about my energy. I am stuck up. Yeah, I am. You're right. Okay? So, resources coming in, okay? Resources coming in to help you on your journey, okay? Help you on your journey. That's right, my tube, all right? My tube, okay? Men, keep your tube to yourself. Celibacy, men, keep your tube to yourself, okay? Men have the reputation, okay, of being called dogs, okay? Just call me stuff, right? Men have a reputation of being called dogs, but women are dogs too, okay? And trust me, I've dealt with plenty of, I've dealt with plenty of dogs. I dealt with plenty of dogs, okay? So we can be dogs too, okay? The female dog is called a bitch. Women can be a female dog too. Listen to me. Listen to me. All right? So, yeah. Pretty face, okay? Cute ass, okay? But they're a demon, man. Men, I'm talking to you high vibrational men, divine masculine men and divine feminine men, okay? That cute face, okay? And that big booty, you better watch it and pay attention to their energy. Okay, you better pay attention to their energy and their frequency and their aura. Okay, they could have a cute face and a nice booty, and they could be nice, and they can be high vibrational, and they can be right. But yeah, you need to pay attention to more than just what the physical looks like. More than just what the physical looks like. Women, he could look like Shamar Moore and be a warlock. He could look like Morris Chestnut. He could look like Brad Pitt. He could look like, you know what I'm saying? And just be stabbing you in the back every day. So don't pay attention to the, okay? It matters, but it's not what's most important. It matters, but it is not what's most important. You need to pay attention to their aura, okay? To their aura. Yeah, tyrants, okay? Yep, true story, okay? Oh, what's up, Christine? Oh, so you early to the party, so you got to sit back for a little while, okay? You're early to the party because you do the work, you do the spiritual work. So you arrived early, and so now some of us are just like sitting there and we're just like, a little bored, waiting on the resources, waiting on the divine partner, okay? Because you did the work expeditiously. You did the work expeditiously. So you have some time on your hands, okay? You have some time on your hands. So Christine showing up early, you showed up early, but now you're like, oh, they're not ready yet. The opportunity isn't ready yet. Oh, okay. I guess I have a little time, okay? So, yep, okay. Next, where are we at? Okay. We are at Dean on the Emperor and Mayat. Dean James. We know about James Dean. We know about Dean. There's a Dean, somebody that hosted Ripley's Believe It or Not or something like that. He's an actor. Dean something. I'm getting the name Caponelli. Also, that's not their name. That's not who I'm thinking about. Dean Caponelli, the name Caponelli. Okay. Dean Kane, thank you very much. Christine, you know like all the names. You know like all the names. You know everybody. Okay. Somebody could be popular. Okay. They could know a lot of people. Okay. They could know a lot of people. Okay. Part of one of the song downloads that we got in a recent live. Okay, I'm loving your energy, by the way, those of you who are tuning in. Okay, I'm loving your energy right now. I just want to stop and say that. I'm loving your energy right now. I just want to stop and say that. Okay. But in one of the lives recently, I was in the middle of, I don't know, whatever message, and immediately Divine Source dropped into my spirit the song "Are You That Somebody" by Aaliyah. Okay. And in part of that song, she says something about she's not just a regular somebody or something along that line. So there could be something about someone who's popular. Okay. Are you responsible? Okay. I'm not just anybody. Okay. So there's something about that. Okay. Dean Emperor, Dean Kane, the name James. Okay. So Cain, something about Cain and Abel, could be something about siblings. We have sibling out here doing witchcraft against you. So sibling rivalry, Cain and Abel, okay? Sibling rivalry. Yes, we are that somebody. Yes, I am. Okay. That seems stuck up. Because I won't accept garbage. Okay. Yeah, I am that somebody. Okay. Because I won't accept trash into my life. I am that somebody. Because I am responsible. I am that somebody. I am that somebody. A good mother, a good father, both nurturing, both give hugs, both say I love you. Also, both will set them straight, okay? Both will set their spouse straight. Hey, baby, you don't need to be doing that, okay? You need to get rid of them, okay? They are nothing more than a leech in your life. Confirmation, horn honk, doot, doot. They are not, honesty, okay? Truthfulness, okay? Oh, no worries, Lisa, okay? and Mayat out here, baby. Mayat. Let me see if I can locate Mayat here. I have Egyptian cards all around here. Let me see if I can locate Mayat. There's a lot of stuff on this table. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff on the table for you, collective. There's a lot of stuff on the table, okay? A lot of stuff on the table, okay? A lot of stuff on the table. I cannot no, I don't see it right away, okay? Yeah, okay? So, a lot of stuff on the table. Spiritually speaking, it's like Thanksgiving. Spiritually speaking, it's like Thanksgiving. Like Thanksgiving. Your ancestors preparing this table out here for you with this 1010, your ancestors. This says it's up to you. It's up to you. Okay? Thank you, Mayat, for preparing the table. Thank you, Mayat. Okay? Dean, Emperor. Okay? Again, high vibrational energy out here. Solar plexus protection, okay? Your confidence, your willpower, okay? To stand alone, okay? To continue the fight, okay? Spiritually, 35 in the live and 53 likes. Confirmation, baby. Confirmation on the 8-8. Confirmation on the 8-8, August 8th, 1988. On the 8-8. Confirmation on the 16. Confirmation on the 16. Okay, solar plexus protection. Okay, that was part of the meditation I did this morning when I woke up from the dreams that I had and from my physical rest. Okay, placed crystal. Okay, right? Was that last night? No, that was last night. Placed crystal. Okay, on my solar plexus chakra. Okay, meditating before physically falling to sleep. Solar plexus section. Okay, collective. Again, Mercury retrogrades are heightened energetic times. So do the work. Protect yourself. Do the work. On the other side, oh, we got two on the same slot. Okay, so we have a balance. Again, money or energy or something else. On the 0330, okay? The first person to comment on this live that said hello, okay, was Dirt Devil 3300. Dirt Devil 3300 was the first person to say hello on this live. 3300. 3300. Okay? And you have an energy out here that only wants one thing, okay? Guess what that is? Okay? Guess what that is? Confirmation ding dong. Guess what that is? Okay? So, yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay? This 0, let me hold this card up here again for us. Okay? So, these cards out here, okay? On the 2 of Pentacles, okay? Balance again, okay? This card says taking chances. So it's up to you and taking chances. It's up to you and taking chances, okay? When chances present themselves, seize them and do something out of the ordinary. That doesn't mean picking the same karmic low vibrational energy, okay? That doesn't, yeah, they do, right? Yeah, to take everything from you so that you can stay down there where they are, okay? So, do something out of the ordinary. Out of the ordinary means picking a different type of energy that you've picked in the past, a different occupation than what you've picked in the past if guided to do so, something different, something new, something not experienced before in this lifetime. Do something out of the ordinary, okay? So take a different route to work. You might see something different. You might get a different type of view, a different esoteric confirmation, different spiritual confirmation, something out of the ordinary. Okay? Whether it is in your professional or personal life, you will find success by welcoming creative impulses and having faith in your own abilities. Trust in chance and take risks on opportunities that could change your life for the better, for the better. Okay? Okay? So, how do you know if the opportunity will change your life for the better? Okay? Because it resonates with you. Okay? It resonates with you. Okay? That means that you're not focused on just the money. Ooh, they're offering me this much money. Ooh, this has to be from God. Not necessarily. Not confirmation horn hawk. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Ooh, he looked good. This has to be from God. I asked for a tall, dark, handsome man. This has to be from the Lord. You know what I mean? No. Okay? Ooh, I asked for Lord for a woman that looked like this and looked like that. And ooh, she looked like that. Again, paying attention to the wrong things. Paying attention to the wrong things. Okay? So if you only chase the salary offer, if you only chase the physical looks, okay? If you only chase those things, that could be just temptation. And divine does not tempt you. Divine brings promises and fulfills promises. Divine doesn't tempt you. Divine does not holding the carrot out there like, I know you want it. I know you want it. I know. Divine doesn't do that. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But God. But God. Mm-hmm. But divine source. That's right. Okay? So, thank you for the balance, divine, in any and every way that it comes in for us. Thank you for the balance in any and every way that it comes in for us. We have refugees, okay? We have refugees. On the 999. Refugees, okay? This could speak of any country. Spiritual refugees, physical refugees. Again, someone out here, we have 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. So someone is no longer receiving support. That could be from family. That could be financially. They could have lost a job, terminated. Again, business going out. Okay? Any of that. Refugees. That puts them in a refugee kind of energy. Okay? And we have Cook County out here. A Cook County somewhere in the world. Okay? A Cook County. Okay? Some county could be getting cooked. Okay? Because karmic doctors, karmic police officers, okay? What have you, okay? A county being cooked. On the 999, we have release, okay? For balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles, okay? This card has been coming out here recently, and that was a confirmation burp. Okay? All right. So the need to release, the need to release, the need to release. Your circumstances are ending, current circumstances, current situation. Okay? So you might take advantage of better ones. All of these are speaking to, so far, all of these angel numbers, 1010, 0303, and 999, all of these are speaking to some type of new opportunity, some type of new change, some type of something, perhaps that you've never done before. Okay, you could be hired for an opportunity that you've never done before, but it speaks highly to who you are, your spirit, nature. Okay, again, I want to share a confirmation, but I want, there's a particular energy that I had a conversation with, okay, yesterday, okay, and during that conversation, I received confirmation, so I want them to be in here so that they can rejoice and know that they are a confirmation, okay, but I don't see them in here, and they always comment, so, okay, maybe we'll save that for the next time, all right. Your current situation, circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. Even if you are experiencing a significant change or conclusion, life is cycles and chapters. Viewing them as so. So when you close out a chapter, I closed out that chapter. Okay? Affirmation. I closed out that chapter. I closed out that cycle. I closed out that. Somebody might want you to go back to being a stripper. I closed out that cycle. Somebody might want you to go back to being a drug dealer, okay? Or on the streets. I closed out that cycle. Somebody might want you to go back to them. I closed out that cycle. Somebody might want you to move in with them again. I closed out that cycle. Somebody might want you to go back to anything that was from your past this lifetime that you know is not for your higher good. I closed out that cycle. Okay. How can you make room for something new to emerge? I closed out that cycle. Affirmation. I closed out that cycle. I closed out that cycle. Okay. Also, I closed out that psycho. I closed out that psycho. PSYCHO. I closed out that psycho. Okay. I closed out that psycho. Okay. Him or her. All right. All right. FBI and government agents are following and protecting you. Okay. Okay. Thanks. High vibrational investigative agents and yeah, that for following us, protecting high vibrational energy. Now that they've had a woosah moment, okay, and a light bulb moment, I used to call those halogen light bulb moments, okay, with sudden realizations, like, oh, just like those eyes that whoever that was that showed those eyes earlier, right? Somebody's just like, oh, that's who. Oh, oh. And so when their eye is open, okay, now they're like, ooh, we need to probably protect them, okay, because there's a lot of energies after them, okay, in their neighborhood, in their city, okay. We now are watching the karmic police officers. We are now watching their karmic family members. We are now tapped into their IP addresses. We are now on their social media, watching what they post, watching what they say. Okay? Yeah. That is on the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? A Wheel of Fortune. So you being protected in the natural and in the ethers. In the natural and in the ethers. And in the ethers. Okay? And we have a Paul, a Paulette, a Pauline, a Pauladine, okay, out here who pretends to be your friend. Paulette, okay, is Denzel Washington's wife, okay, Paulette, okay, Paulette, okay. One of the things that I have, and maybe you guys can help me with this, okay, maybe you guys can help me with this. One of the questions that I have in regards to celebrities and all of that, and their acting and all of that, one of my questions is, how do the celebrity spouses deal with their spouse kissing on someone or other intimate acts in movies, specifically the physical part, okay? So someone can help me understand, how does a celebrity interesting. No, but I do. I recall one instance where I was speaking to someone, and I spoke to this in a recent live. Okay, someone that I had dated 20 years ago. Years later, is that right? Um, Years later, we're having a conversation, and I saw her eyes go black, and she ran upstairs. Okay, and when she ran upstairs, there was a certain scent. Okay, and I don't recall it being sulfur specifically, but yeah, there was definitely something there. Okay, okay, interesting. Divine waters, so they're balanced in. So divine waters, okay. Divine Waters, I know you are a female, okay? Divine Waters. So if you and I, if we were married and I was a Hollywood celebrity, okay, you would be okay with me kissing somebody in the mouth on screen? And I'm just asking. I'm just asking, okay? I'm just asking, okay? You would be okay with that? Or a shower scene, okay? With nudity, you would be okay with that, Divine Waters? I'm just asking. I wonder how their spouses deal with that. I'm just asking. Yeah. It has to be for profound trust, okay? It has to be. Yeah, the real. Thank you so much for commenting. Okay? Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay? All right. So yeah, that's a question that I ask myself frequently, okay? Is how do they deal with that, you know? Mm, I don't know. Okay? So Paul or some form of Paul, again, Paul, Paulette, Paula, okay? Paula Dean, okay? Somebody out here pretends to be your friend. First, middle, last name. First, middle, last name. Mm, okay. That's interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. I don't know. That I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because even in acting, you're giving energy away. I don't know. That that might be a tough hill for me to climb. I don't know. That seems like that would be a little difficult. Yeah, brew some coffee. Brew some coffee. Uh, Hermetes. Hermetes. Serenity. All right. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. All right. Okay. We have your seventh house, marriage and contracts out here. We do have the lovers card out here in the tarot. Okay. We do have the lovers card out here in the tarot. It's still in the stack. Okay, so that's yeah, okay, okay. So that's something. Okay. So just never, yeah. So just yeah, that's something. Never watch. Yeah, that's something. Okay? Yeah. 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 You know? Shower scene, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at her ass. She's looking at my ass, my bare ass. You know what I mean? Like even on a movie set. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who should be looking at your ass. You know what I mean? Like to me, only your divine partner should be looking at. Only, just I don't know. That would I don't know. That would be tough for me. I can already see it. That would be challenging for me. Okay, like I don't know. She's on camera. She has to show her titties, for a scene. Like, I, I, uh, yeah, like, I don't know, like, those are energy exchanges. You know what I mean? I don't know. As you can see, I have my own challenges. As you can see, still today, I have my own challenge. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Right? So, contracts, okay? Contracts, marriages, okay? All of these cigarettes in here, this energy, okay, could represent a lot. There are a lot of cigarettes butts in this energy, okay? So this could represent a lot that's coming into you, a lot, a lot. We have Celeste, Sicilian, and Cicero, okay? And Cicero, okay? All right. Oh, can't see that card very good. Let me. Okay, there we go. See those names a little better? Okay. Sicilian, someone could be Italian. Italian could be significant. Italiano. Italiano could be significant. Okay. There was a three-horn horn. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. This says, okay, this says, I killed your mother or father with witchcraft to steal your inheritance. Okay. You know, one of the things that I realized about Kevin, and I'm going to speak to this because this particular card resonates with me. One thing that I realized here with this message out here about Kevin, okay, with this resonating with me, is, and that is the Warlock for those of you who are tuning in for the first time. I see we have 43 in the room. That's a 7 and 57. This Warlock was born in 57, okay, that I am about to speak about, okay? And so he, when I was born, whoever they took me from, okay, whoever they took me from, okay, changed my name to his name, okay, so that whatever karmic activity and identity theft or whatever that he could exchange with me, energy swapping, destiny swapping, it would be easier. Okay? All of his biological children, the males, all of his all of his biological children all have biblical names. So there's a Matthew, there's a David, there's a Stephen, okay? There's a Joseph, okay? There's a Paul, okay? Speaking of Paul, right? There's a Timothy, okay? All of them have biblical names, okay? The only one who doesn't is the one who isn't his son, okay? First, middle, or last name, okay? Well, I guess the last name is, okay? But, right? All of them have first or middle names that are biblical, okay? Nathan, Nathaniel, all of them have biblical first or middle names, all of them, okay? And so, divine source, okay, revealed that to me in recent times that that was part of the thought process behind the name change, okay, is so that they could do the destiny swapping, okay? So you could be dealing with destiny swappers, destiny, someone's name could be destiny, destiny swappers, okay? You could be dealing with destiny swappers. Cheryl, return to sender, Paul. Stop stalking Cheryl, okay? Stop stalking Cheryl, okay? Get off Cheryl's ass. Stop trailing her. Stop following her, okay? Stop trying to see what she's up to. Stop trying to see who she's talking to. Stop trying, Paul. Leave Cheryl alone and return all that shit to the sender, okay? On the lover's card, okay? On the lover's card, yeah, yeah, Araya, very true. Yeah, Araya, very true. So, okay. We got a demon out here that's a first spouse. We have a demon out here that's a first spouse, okay? I don't know if Paul is your first husband, Cheryl, but I don't know if Paul is your first husband, Cheryl, but yeah, okay? What's up, Isabella? Been missing you, okay? What's going on? I hope you're doing well, okay? So, yeah, 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 So, yep. There's a first spouse out here, okay, that is behind the witchcraft, a first spouse, a first spouse. One of the shocking realizations, okay, one of the shocking realizations for me, and this is when I was still a part of the religious sect, one of the shocking realizations for me, yeah, is when Divine Source told me that everyone that you are intimately involved with is a spiritual spouse of yours. Everyone. So you'd be like, I didn't marry them. Okay? Yeah, you did. Okay? When you opened your legs, okay? When you released the wand, confirmation ding dong. When you did that, speaking of ding dong, when you did that, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay? So even if you've never been married on paper, legally speaking, this lifetime, spiritually speaking, there are karmic divorces that need to happen. Spiritual divorces, okay, that need to happen. Okay? Spiritual divorces. Sign the spiritual paperwork, file the spiritual paperwork, file it. Yeah, I have often considered that. I'm like, man, be a monk. You know what I'm saying? Just live out in a cave somewhere, and just be unto yourself and divine source and your ancestors. Be a monk. Just go disappear out into the forest somewhere. You know what I mean? Just be unto yourself. I've often thought about that. All right? And so, lover's card, okay? Lover's card, okay? Out here, okay? And that's a confirmation, okay? For what's coming in to you. Also, that's a confirmation on the first spouse energy. Uh-huh. Is the time moving faster in 2026? I seriously feel, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. I think so. I definitely notice times when, when it's like, right? And that's what time does. It feels like, the 3 weeks goes, right? And you look up, oh, wow, it's the first of the month. It's the 21st. I definitely go through and experience like those accelerated time frame or time lapses where it's like, you know, you can watch a video of somebody building a house on YouTube, but it's time lapsed. So it took them 3 years to build the house, but you could watch the video in 20 minutes. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Uh-huh. Definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Someone says since 2020. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, full moons are significant. Divine waters, definitely. Just like Mercury retrogrades, which we are currently in. Again, I'm reminding us that a lot because it's just starting on the 26th officially. The energy has been here for a few days, but the 26th officially starts it. And yeah, yeah, okay? That's interesting, Isabella. Yeah, okay? So, definitely, I have definitely experienced the time lapse, time speeding up, different phases. Okay, I've also experienced the opposite, where time slows down. Okay, and you look at the clock. Okay, and it's 5 o'clock, morning, evening. Okay, and you look up and it seems like 30 minutes has gone by, and you look up and only 7 minutes have gone by. I've also experienced that as well. Okay, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, Christine. Great question, as always. Confirmation. Okay. So we have some names out here. Oh, we got 6 names. Five names. Okay. We have Daniel, Sharma, Shaviv, and Grant. Okay. Someone could be Trinidadian. Okay. Trinidadian out here with these names. Someone could be Trinidadian out here. Okay. Something about a Grant. Okay. This card comes out here, okay, on a regular basis, reminding someone to just move away slowly. Move away slowly. Any of these individuals with this card here, okay? Any of these individuals, okay, right now could be feeling isolated, missing your energy, okay, missing time with you, okay. Shaviv, Sharma, okay, and actually this was showing, okay, right? Sharma, Shaviv, Genevieve, Grant, okay, any of these names out here, okay. The name Chevy or a Chevy, okay? The name Chevy or a Chevy. Somebody could be like, I only drive Chevys, you know? Isabella. Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. Okay? Chubby. Okay? All right, Isabella. Okay? So, missing your energy. Okay? Beyonce sings a song, okay? Beyonce sings a song called I Miss You or something like that. Beyonce, okay? And that song talks about why can't I break away? Okay, why can't I? Why do you keep showing up? Why can't I move away energetically? Why can't I? Right? Beyonce sings a song called I Miss You. Okay, I think that's the title of it. I think. Okay. But it speaks about someone trying to break away from energy that they no longer serve, they know no longer serves them. It's karmic. They're low vibrational. They weren't ready for a union. They weren't ready to go on with you, okay, in this life, okay? And she's asking herself in that song, what's the problem? Why can't I just get away from you? Okay? So that could be the energy. Click confirmation. Okay. So we have Costa Rica and the Dominican. Costa Rica and the Dominican. Someone's from DR. Someone's in DR. Costa Rica. Okay. Costa Rica. Okay. Both Latin. Okay. Spanish speaking. Okay. Spanish speaking. Okay. Okay. One side comedian. Other side, King of Wands. And again, this King of Wands came out sideways. The stand-up, okay? The stand-up came out in the upright. Someone could be finally standing up for you, okay? John F. Kennedy was assassinated for government secrets. John F. Kennedy was assassinated for government secrets. And I mentioned this name the other day. Okay. John F. Kennedy was assassinated for government secrets. Okay. All right. All right. So you could be moving to DR. You could be moving to Costa Rica. You could want to travel to Costa Rica. Okay. That could be on your bucket list. Okay. That could be on your bucket list. Or one of these energies out here is from. Okay. Or in. Okay. We have karma chameleons out here. Karma chameleon. Someone's name is George. And someone is a boy, even if they are a man. Someone is a boy, even if they are a man. Someone also dresses like a woman. A man that wears a lot of makeup. Boy, George, a man that wears a lot of makeup. A male energy that wears a lot of makeup. Look at these names or places or whatever this resonates for you with, collective, okay? Wait, bring that into focus. I wonder, that's not focusing. Okay? Gretchen, Gretchen, yeah, Gretchen, Crenshaw, Crenshaw, okay, Gretchen, Crenshaw, Coopsaw, cuckoo, cuckoo, okay, something about the owl spirit, okay, cuckoo, cuckoo, karma chameleons, a breakthrough, truth about something, okay, truth about something, breakthrough. This brings a brand new beginning, okay. An ending always represents a new beginning. An ending always represents a beginning. One of the shocking things that I found out, I'm a numbers guy, okay, I'm a numerology numbers guy, okay. One of the things that I found out is on average, every 24 hours, 250,000 people on this earth die. On average, every day, 250,000 people ascend or pass. There is a difference. Every 24 hours, 250,000 beings. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah. For various reasons. I accidentally clicked a video involving. Okay. We have Will, okay? Will, Kali Ma, Shakti energy, Kali Ma, Shakti energy, divine feminine energy, Kali Ma, Shakti energy, okay? If you've ever or never listened to a Kali Ma chant, okay, I encourage you to find one that you resonate with, okay, on YouTube and listen to that. Kali Ma chants, listen to, okay, listen to those. Hindu chants, okay, Shakti, Shiva, okay, listen to those, okay. Okay, listen to those, all right. So Kali Ma energy out here, and we have the name Sherry, Kali Ma and Sherry, okay? Shakti energy and Sherry. Sherry. Okay. Kali Ma. Thank you, Kali Ma. Okay. Divine feminine energy. Okay. Again, divine feminines can be a male or a female. I am a divine feminine male. What does that mean? My purpose for being here is spiritual, okay? Meaning that is where my abundance is, okay? If I choose to walk away, okay, and refuse to be in my Master Builder 33 energy, okay, refuse, okay, to be in my divine feminine energy, okay, my life would dry up because that is the source. That is where my abundance comes from, okay? Divine masculine energy, male or female, their abundance comes through the physical earthly work that they do here. And that doesn't mean that one gets to ride another's coattails. Okay? That's not what that means. They both need to do the work. So we were talking about the example of, we have the spirit of Saint Germain out here. Okay? So we were talking about confirmation. Whoa. Return to sender. Return to sender, return to sender, return to sender, return to sender, times 5,000 with vengeance and a sword. Okay? Yep, Crystal, that's why I got to kick your dumb ass out, because you think I look like Denzel Washington. Okay? Now she made me get off my train of thought. Okay, now she made me get off my train of thought. Well, What was I speaking to? Someone remind me, what was I speaking to? Okay. I had to kick Crystal's stupid ass out of here. Okay. It'll come back if it's necessary. Okay. We have the spirit of Saint Germain out here. Spirit of Saint Germain, and some lover stole your mail. Okay. Some lover stole your mail. Okay. Maybe it wasn't meant to be said at this time. Then if no one else remembers either. Okay. So we have someone out here stole your mail. A former lover. A former lover. A former lover. I don't know if that's illegal in all 197 countries, okay? But it is definitely illegal in the U.S. to steal someone's mail, okay? That's right, Slim, okay? And I am, oh, thank you. There it is, okay? So if I choose to walk away from my divine feminine energy purpose, okay, everything would dry up for me, okay? The same thing, I was using the example earlier, okay, of a physical actress, actor. How do their spouses deal with them in nude scenes on camera, you know, okay? How do they deal with their bride, okay, showing her titties on camera for a nude scene in a movie, okay, or what have you? That being in a divine masculine form, male or female, confirmation, male or female, for you, angel, okay, confirmation. So that being, yes, okay, thank you, Christine. If they decide that they no longer want to do the divine masculine, male or female, whatever work they do, so they don't want to sing anymore, okay? They don't want to write lyrics. They don't want to release the frequency anymore that comes through them, through music. They don't anymore want to, you know what I mean? Their earthly finances would dry up. Just the same for divine feminine energy. Your spiritual wealth will dry up. And that is the uniqueness and beauty of a divine feminine and a divine masculine coming together, is you bring earthly wealth and spiritual wealth together. This is why the feminine energy, male or female, often ascends before the masculine energy does. Okay? And so most of us do not know who our divine masculine or divine feminine partner is. Okay? They are out there somewhere on their journey, and then your frequencies start connecting. Right? You know, and then your frequencies start connecting somehow. Okay? They could be on the other side of the world. Your frequencies start connecting, and somehow your lives end up converging at some point in time. However that happens. However that happens. Okay? Yes, like a Whitney Houston. Okay? So a Whitney Houston, I am absolutely 100% certain that Whitney Houston was not meant to die at the age of 48 this lifetime. However, she could not get out of her own way. Okay? She could not get out of her own way. Okay? She could not. Okay? Yeah, with the radar. Okay? He was not. Okay? Because he was already into drugs, and she was already into drugs. Okay? That is a recipe for disaster. He's not going to pull her up. He's already on drugs. You know, he's already on the cocaine. He's already sniffing the powder. You know, he's not going to help her ascend. He's not going to help pull her up because he's in the same ditch she is. Okay? Same ditch she is. Okay? So, yeah. And then beyond that, I think their daughter left this planet. Okay? Then I think their daughter left this planet. So that bloodline, Whitney's spiritual bloodline, okay, has a lot of work to do. Okay? They have a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. Okay? Yeah, a lot of work to do for that spiritual bloodline. Okay? Shout out to the spirit of Whitney Houston. Okay. Yep. Yep. Let's look up her information for synchronicity. It is sad. Okay. Let's look up her information for synchronicity, investigators. Check your files for birthdays, investigators, or crimes on these dates. Okay. All right. So, Whitney, okay? Born Whitney Elizabeth Houston. Born Whitney Elizabeth Houston, okay? Born 8/9/63. 8/9/63, okay? Left on 2/11. 2/11, that's a 2/2. 2/11 and 2012, that's another 2. Okay, the second year into the tens, that's a 2. Okay, so Whitney Houston in Newark, New Jersey. Okay, at the age of 48, Beverly Hills, California, 2/11, 2012. It's hard to believe that it's already been 14 years. Okay, Whitney Houston. All right, Bobby Brown, married in 1992. Okay. Divorced in 2007, but it was way too late. Okay? Whitney Houston. Shoot, baby, shoot, 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 baby, do, do. Okay? I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Okay? Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Okay? She should have decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. Okay? She should have decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. Okay? So, yeah, let that be a lesson to us all. Okay? Let that be a lesson to us all. If you are dealing with alcoholism, okay, connecting to another alcoholic is not going to help you. Okay? If you are dealing with obesity, connecting to somebody else who has bad eating habits is not going to help you. They're not going to help you lose weight, okay? They're not going to help you be healthier. They're not. I don't care what they promise you, okay? They are not, okay? Someone who has a sex addiction, they're not going to help you, okay? Be a masturbateaholic less. They're not going to help you. They're not going to help you, okay? They're not going to help you with that. They're only going to make it worse for you, okay? Because they can't pull you out when they're down at the same level you are, okay? All you can do is hold hands. They can't pull you up when they are at the same level you are in that karmic energy. All they can do is hold your hand. That's all they can do, okay? That's all they can do. They can't pull you up, okay? So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Ashe. Okay. Ashe. Firefly. Okay. And that's all Bobby did for Whitney, okay, was hold her hand. That's all he did. Hold her hand while she was puking, hold her hair while she was puking in the hospital. That's all he could do because he was in the same stuff she was. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, really, truly. Yeah, really, truly. We have a Shell Sheila Chino. Okay, so we have a Sherry and a Sheila. We have the FBI. Okay, thanks for listening in, FBI. Okay, this channel was originally the Real Psychic Investigators, created for you. Okay, and we do have out here a message about FBI or government agents watching or following you, protecting you now. So that's a double confirmation on the FBI out here. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A lot more. A lot more to that story. And no, she didn't. I saw someone ask Christine, or someone asked, do you think she passed away in the tub? No, absolutely not. She was probably put there. Okay? She was put there. Put there. Okay? All right. So the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigations, okay? Federal Bureau of, oh, Firefly, sorry. I have no problem giving credit where credit was due. Sorry, Firefly, all right? So yeah, okay? So whatever investigative agencies are in your country, in the UK, okay? And Yucatan Peninsula, okay? The peninsula, okay? Okay, so there we go. All right. FBI, thank you, upright investigators, whatever you are, wherever you are, okay? Whatever agencies you are. You could be down in the South Pole investigating murders and crimes. Thank you so much for all that you do, okay? For all that you do, all right? To bring about justice here, okay? Could be something about telepathic communication techniques, collective, okay? Telepathic communication techniques, okay? The truth has come to set us free. That's on the ancestors, okay? Isabella, you'd be surprised of the crazy ass in Alaska. You would be surprised. You would be surprised. And often people who go to Alaska, especially solo travelers, honestly, from what I've seen and heard, often those who go to Alaska, they go up there for those karmic types of reasons, to hide their crimes. Often, often. Because like you said, it's cold out there, so it takes longer, snow to thaw, ice to melt, crimes stay, bodies stay hidden for longer periods of time. They also don't smell or decay as fast, okay? So, yeah. So, yeah, that's, yeah. Often. Alaska, yeah, And again, we're talking about it, investigators. We're talking about it. So, something, Alaska, someplace where it's always cold, some serial killer. We're talking about it. We're talking about it. So, okay. The truth has come to set us free. Yes, it has. Okay. The truth has come to set us free. Okay. And this is a confirmation on my dream. Again, those of you who missed the beginning of this, I had a dream last night, okay, that a cousin energy came to me and told me something about them seeing sex videos, okay, and they received these videos from a Jamal, okay, Jamal. And when I got up, I had not messed with these cards for 24, 36 hours. And when I got up, the only card that was out here, not in a stack, was the card that had the name Jamal, Jacoby, Jacob, and Jocelyn on it. It was the only card sitting out here by itself. No lie, I posted a picture of it in the community tab. So, the Lord works, confirmation on the phone. The Lord works in mysterious ways. It's 9:06. The Lord works in mysterious ways. So the Lord could be moving your paperwork at night to another investigator's desk because the lazy ass wouldn't do their work. Divine could be could be moving paperwork. Angels moving paperwork. Spirit moving paperwork. People see shit floating by and they be like, ooh, that's haunted. Nah, motherfucker. Nah, motherfucker. That's divine at work. Okay? Whoa, did you just see that go floating by? Yeah, you see it? Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. No coincidences in life. So, yeah. Okay? And again, I have not messed with these cards since the last live until this live. I didn't touch them, didn't shuffle them, didn't anything. And that's often what I do, okay? I leave the cards here, I reorganize them and everything, sit the cards aside that came out in the stack, okay? Away from the stack, okay? That, or whatever that I'm going to be using or that I continue to use, okay? I set the tarot cards back in the tarot decks, messages and all that. I set all of that back up. Angel cards go back on top of the stack, and I set crystals on top of the cards to cleanse the energy for whenever the next time. And I leave it like that for the day, 2 days, whatever. I just leave it like that. I don't have a reason to touch the cards. You know what I mean? All right. So on rare occasion have I picked up the tarot cards and pulled out energy for myself. In a year, I might have done that 4 times. That's very rare. But typically, I don't touch the cards, okay? Once we're done with these live readings, okay? Typically. So, yeah. So expect miraculous confirmations, collective, okay? Expect miraculous confirmations. Expect the woes in your life. Like, whoa. Expect the wows in your life. Expect the wows in your life. Expect the miraculous. Expect the miraculous affirmation. I expect the miraculous. I receive the miraculous. I expect the miraculous. I receive the miraculous. The miraculous is happening to me. The miraculousness is happening to me. Yeah, yeah, whoa. Okay? So terminated employment out here. Terminated employer, okay? Somebody got fired and now they're fired up. Okay, they got fired, now they're fired up. Okay, yeah, I expect and receive the miraculousness. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. Okay, ooh, there's an ear itch. Right there, there's an ear itch. On the Hierophant, someone's terminated, they got fired, and now they're fired up. Yeah, shining. What's going on? Okay. I spoke about Yeshua being the propitiation. So we're going to look that word up for a collective definition. Okay. Propitiation. Okay. We're going to look that word up because this card says, okay, will you be the propitiation for your bloodline? Okay. Let me ask you something, Spirit of Whitney Houston. Let me ask you something, Spirit of Bobby, Bobbie, daughter, okay? Seed of Whitney Houston, spirit of the seed child of the Spirit of Whitney Houston. Let me ask both of y'all something here in the esoteric. The next time you come here, Spirit of Whitney Houston, the next time you come here, Spirit of Bobby Brown, okay? Let me ask you something, Bobby Houston, okay? Let me ask you something. Will you be the propitiation for your bloodline the next time? The next time. Okay? Will you be? Okay? Confirmation, Firefly. Let's look up propitiation. Okay? Propitiation. I'm going to have to go listen to some Whitney Houston songs. I might cry a little bit. Okay? I might cry a little bit. All right? Propitiation. Okay? The act of, okay, appeasing God, okay, spirit or person, okay? Will you be the one that pleases divine source, okay? Atonement, atonement, atonement. Will you be the atonement for your bloodline? Will you be the atonement for your bloodline? Will you? Will you? Okay? Will you? Okay? I don't doubt that, Firefly. I don't doubt that at all. I don't doubt that at all. When you are under those influences, those energetic influences, cocaine carries an energy, heroin carries an energy, fentanyl carries an energy, ecstasy carries an energy, 420 carries an energy, alcohol carries an energy, okay? And one of the things that I did over the last 24 hours, again, at the beginning of Mercury retrogrades, that's a very intense type of energy for me. One of the things that I did was I went out, got some wine, poured my ancestors a glass, poured myself a glass, and I turned on some whiskey blues yesterday. Okay? I just turned on some whiskey blues, okay? And was just listening to some whiskey blues as we were stepping into this Mercury retrograde. You know what I mean? So, yeah, everything, it all carries an energy. Water carries an energy. You know, your vegetables carry an energy. You know, it all carries an energy, right? Okay? Yeah, one moment in time, we could go on and on about her songs, okay? And the frequencies that she brought here, okay? Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's what she had one moment in time when she said, yes, Bobby Brown. And that was the beginning to the end. When she said, yes, Bobby Brown, that, because again, he couldn't do anything for her. He couldn't do anything for her. Okay. In the Poconos, they call most of their liquor, oh yeah, spirits. Yeah. ABC, wine and spirits. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. ABC, wine and spirits. Okay. We have Austin, Graham, and Leonard. Okay. Austin, Graham, and Leonard. Okay. One can have something wrong with their foot. Okay. Like Damon Wayans. Okay. Was born with a club foot. Kelsey Grammer, actor and producer, also has an issue with one of their feet. I don't remember if it was left foot, right foot. Okay. Kelsey Grammer, something about a foot. Okay. Austin, Texas. Yep, Austin, Texas. Okay. Billy Graham, the evangelist. Billy Graham. Okay. Leonardo DiCaprio, Leonard. Okay. Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay. Kawhi Leonard, NBA player. Kawhi Leonard. Okay. I don't know who Kawhi plays for. I don't follow the NBA. And haven't in a long time. Okay. Billy Jean. Yeah, Billy probably isn't your lover, right? That's somebody who claims that you are the one, okay? Billy is not your lover. They're just somebody, okay? Claims that you are the one, okay? But that kid, they're not yours. They're not yours, okay? They had him by somebody else. They had her by somebody else. Somebody trying to come after you for child support, trying to say that a child is yours, okay? Get your ass off my channel, Janet, or Janice, whatever your name is, okay? All right? So, yeah, okay? This is what the truth is, collective. Again, we talked about it earlier, okay? When you fall in love with yourself, you don't have to look for it on the outside of you, okay? This is something, again, Whitney did not do that lifetime, okay? Okay? All right? That typically speaks to a male energy firefly, but yeah, okay. However it goes. If that doesn't resonate for you, then that's not for you, okay? Let somebody else, okay, confirm that that's for them, okay? So, Whitney Houston did not focus on her own desires. Whitney Houston did not focus on her own desires. Whitney Houston did not love herself. Bobby doesn't or didn't either, okay? Meaning Bobby Brown, okay? Did not. Okay? They did not. So, love yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with yourself, and you'll never have to look for love on the outside. Fall in love with yourself, and you'll never have to look for love on the outside. Okay? Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love. We have Libya. Could be Lydia. Libya with a B or a D. Lydia or Libya. And we have Lebanon out here, investigators. Lebanon. She was ruined when they came into union, okay? She was ruined already. She needed to be healed. She was ruining herself already. It's a known fact that she was already hooked on whatever. Already. Okay? Already. We have a young death. Okay? Okay? Young death. That could be Libya, okay? Someone in Lebanon, okay? These energetic reads cover all 197 countries. Okay? Someone's depressed. We got the Five of Cups out here. That was one of the earlier cards that came out. We got the Five of Cups out here, okay? So, someone's depressed, sad, okay? She's gone. I gotta learn how to face. She's gone. Whoa, I gotta learn how to face. She's gone. Okay, he's gone. Oh, they gotta learn how to face you. Gone. Okay, somebody has to learn how to face it. Okay. Yeah. They gotta learn how to face it. Okay. They got to learn how to face it, okay? Because you're not turning back, not going back, okay? Not turning back, not going back, okay? I'm going to place this card where, okay? Somebody's a hillbilly, okay? Somebody's a hillbilly or Billy again. There we go. A hill and a Billy. Okay. There's nothing wrong with being country. I love country. I love a little twang in the voice. You know what I'm saying? I think that's cute and sexy. You know what I mean? I do. Now, there's nothing wrong with a little twang in the voice. Okay. Nothing with a little twang in the voice. Okay. We have Jenkins out here and Bart or Bartholomew. Okay, this name has come out here recently, I think. Okay, I think. Okay. Oh, yeah. The Simpsons. Judgment. Okay. Someone's name could be BJ. Okay. BJ. Okay. Or JB. Or BJ is significant. JB or BJ out here. They could be delivering judgment or they could be getting judgment. Delivering judgment or getting judgment. The name Thompson. Clay Thompson. Okay? Clay, California, Golden State Warriors, Clay Thompson. Okay? Brian Thompson was shot dead in New York City. Brian Thompson, I think in 2024. Maybe last year. Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, was shot dead on the sidewalk in New York City in broad daylight.
broad daylight. Okay? So there could be, I'm a little bit country. I like it. I like it. All right? So there could be something that happening in broad daylight. Okay? The devil doesn't care. Okay? Yeah, the devil doesn't care. The devil does not care, especially the stronger you get, the wiser you get, the higher your vibration. The devil gets more reckless until they realize that no matter how they slice it, they will never win. The devil gets more and more reckless, the higher and higher you ascend until they realize they're not going to catch you. Okay? They're not going to catch you. Okay? Again, so in broad daylight, Brian Thompson was gunned down in New York City. Okay? He was the CEO of United Healthcare for 3 years before he was assassinated. There could be something about 3 years. And that is an assassin type of energy. That is an assassin type of energy. Okay? That's what they say, Firefly. But listen to me, okay? Listen to me, okay? Somebody who's been in a position and a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, how many of those claims do you think he touched physically? How many? Let me ask you a question, Firefly. How many of those claims do you think actually came across Brian's desk and he said no to? Okay? And he said no to. How many? I'm just asking a question. I'm not trying to defend him. I'm just asking a question. How many of those claims do you think he personally had his hands on that were denied? Okay? Those things are handled by middle level management, okay? Regional managers, local office managers, those who have branches in different countries, in different places. You know what I'm saying? Okay? That's like killing the president, okay, of a country because the taxes are too high. Do you really think that they are so responsible for your taxes being high? Hell to the no. You know what I'm saying? Hell to the no. Okay? They are just the puppet that's being used by the puppet masters. Okay? Hell to the no. Okay? So again, we all have our own perspective on that. Okay? We all have our own perspective on that. Okay? And it could be, again, it could be Firefly. It could be, okay? But let me ask you a question. You worked for them, okay? At least it sounds like you did. What if I walked up to you and blew your fucking head off because I felt like you denied a claim of mine? What if I did that to you, Firefly? And just be like, you denied my claim, pow! And I came from another state. The claim never crossed your desk, but I just showed up to your house and blew your fucking head off because you worked for the company. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Okay? What do you think about that? Yep, that's all it is. That's all it is. Yep, that's all it is. Okay? They have boards, okay, in those organizations. Okay? So should we deny this claim? Okay? Should we approve this claim? They have boards, chairmen of boards in those organizations that are multi-billion-dollar. That's how I was able to fire Steve Jobs. You know what I'm saying? They have boards of directors in those organizations that do shit that others do not approve of in those organizations. Okay? So, yeah. So, someone decides that they're going to show up at your house, Firefly, and kill you because they know that you worked in claims. Is that justified? Okay? I know she worked in claims, and over 30 years, I filed 3 claims, and her company denied them all. So I'm gonna find out where Firefly lives, and I'm gonna kill her or him and their family because she worked for that organization and she denied my claims. They just show up at your house and just take you and your family out. Is that justified? Question. Is that justified? Okay? I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. You have to look at both perspectives if you want to be fair. You have to look at both perspectives if you want to be fair. If you want to be fair. Okay? Tupac says, don't believe everything you see on TV. Tupac said, don't believe everything you see on TV. Okay? All right? That's all. That's all it was. Okay? He was just a martyr. Okay? He was just a martyr. Okay? Okay, you can say I got it twisted if you want to. You can say I got it twisted if you want to. Okay? Again, I'm just taking your perspective and expounding upon it to hopefully give you a different view so that you can see the forest and the fucking trees, Firefly. So that you can see the forest and the fucking trees. If you're offended, motherfucker, go to church. You know what I'm saying? If you scared, you're offended, then offense comes to reveal something. Okay? So if you're only looking through with things through one of your physical eyes, okay, remove the patch over the other motherfucker and see things straight. Okay? And see things straight. Okay? Firefly, don't get pissed at me, okay? Because I'm asking you a question, okay, that again helps you to see the forest and the trees. Don't get mad at me, okay? Don't get pissed at me. You know what I'm saying? Okay? So, yeah. Okay? We have a mechanic gang stalker and someone secretly recording your conversations. Okay? No, I'm not. Okay? I am not projecting anything on you. Okay? I am not projecting anything on you. Okay? All right? We have silicone implants out here. That's interesting from a story that I told earlier. Okay? All right? Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Okay, you see I've moved on, right? You see I've moved on. I've continued the energy read and confirmations for us. Male coronary heart disease. Mel, okay? So Melinda, M-E-L. Melvin, okay? Melissa, M-E-L. M-E-L. M-E-L, okay? M-E-L, okay? 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 So here we go. All right? So, some MEL name, okay? Some MEL name, okay? You guys probably know more MEL names than I do. Melvin, okay? Oh, oh, no, okay. I had to think about how that name is spelled for a minute. We have the hermit energy out here, so Melvin could be in hermit energy. Yep, Melvin. Coronary heart disease and a grandpa energy, okay? Grandpa energy out here. Grandpa, grandpa, okay? Grandpa. This side of life or the other side, a grandpa energy and the hermit, okay? Grandpa Melvin, okay? Melton, there we go. Melton, yeah, Melinda, Melton, Grandma Melton, Grandpa Melton, okay? Melton, Mel, it could just be Mel, Grandma Mel, Grandpa Mel, okay? Mel, all right? All right, Okay. Melting, yeah. Melting. Okay. Hopefully the ice is melting wherever you are. Hopefully the ice is melting wherever you are. Hopefully. Hopefully. Right? Hopefully. Okay. We are done with the cards that are in the stack. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So again, I enjoy, and more, truly, okay? More and more, okay? I enjoy, okay, okay. More and more, I am enjoying our energy, our interaction, okay? And what it is that we're doing here. Again, divine source guiding me to change the channel is all part of the energy changing, okay? So we're not focused so much on what they're doing, confirmation burp. We're not focused on so much what they're doing, how they're doing it. Somebody mentioned the witness protect. Oh shit, it's on the top of the get out, Isabella. Shut up. It was on top. I just happened to look down as I'm putting the stack back together. On top of the stack, Isabella, cut it out. Isabella, cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Whoa. Whoa. It's right on top of this as I'm putting the cards up here. And that we did not use, that did not come out here as confirmations. Right on top. So there's something about witness protection. That was a double confirmation like a mother. And it's 9:33. And it's 9:33. 9:33 in the morning in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Woo! I've been watching you for so very long, trying to get to be so strong. I really like to meet you, but I'm kind of scared, 'cause you're the kind of man or lady with so much class. Getting myself together for the very next day. But when I see you late, I forget what to say. Song download right there. Song download right there. Woo! So someone would really like to meet you, but they're kind of scared because you are the kind of lady or man with so much class. Confirmation on the mermaids. Somebody's in that energy, okay? That song just bloop, just pop, bomb, just like that. Somebody would really like to meet you, okay? But they are scared, okay? Scared of the rejection, scared of what you might say, okay? You know, I will say this, okay? For me, okay? Yeah, I will say this, okay? I need a bold ass woman. You know what I'm saying? I need a bold ass woman. You know what I'm saying? I need a bold ass woman. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Okay? I need a bold ass woman. What's up, CO? Okay? I need a bold ass woman who ain't ashamed to say, I need a bold ass man. You walk our way, I need a bold ass woman. You know what I'm saying? You need a bold ass man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I understand being shy, okay? I'll be the first to admit that in the past, approaching someone, okay, approaching a woman, that would be a little difficult for me, okay? That would be a little difficult for me, okay? I will say that, okay? In the past. In the past. Today, I don't approach anyone. You know what I'm saying? Today, no, it comes together, okay? Or it doesn't. You know what I mean? I meet you on the sidewalk, on an elevator, online, however it goes, or it doesn't. You know what I mean? However it's divinely meant to go, if it's meant to divinely go anywhere. Okay? Yeah. Okay? It just happens. It just does. Okay? Someone who's been watching you for so very long, a year, 2 years, on social media, in your neighborhood, watching you at the office, watching you, whatever you do, somebody's been watching you for a minute. They're ready to make the move. Okay? So make the move. Okay? Okay? Getting another old school song, okay? Not necessarily, okay? Not necessarily, especially if they are a CEO, they have a very busy life, If they are, okay, the divine masculine, male or female, they have a busy earthly life, okay? They have a lot going on because their abundance comes through earthly work. So they have a lot going on, okay? So they could travel for work, okay? They're busy, legitimately busy, okay? Okay, for me, I've traveled around halfway around the world from America. So if they're based in America in my situation, now I'm in Vietnam, now I'm in Southeast Asia. You know what I mean? So yeah, and again, often, okay, often the divine feminine ascends before the divine masculine does. And again, we all have feminine and masculine energy. Okay, so these could be males or females. Okay, and so they did not ascend, okay, at the rate that you did, okay, divine feminines. And so they are now into their spiritual journey, into meditation, into awakening, into clearing their energies. They have spiritual rituals that they do in the morning before they lay down at night. They have these things, okay? So, yeah, right? But two lives emerging, okay? But someone's had their eye on you for a long time, okay? Young MC, we have Young Death out here, okay? Young MC sings a song called Don't Just Stand There, Bust a Move. He's like a one-hit wonder. Young MC, 1989, could be significant. Young MC, okay? In the city, ladies look pretty, guys tell jokes so they can seem witty. Tell a funny joke just to get some play, then you try to make a move and she says no way. Girls are faking, goodness sake, and they want a man who brings home the bacon. You got no money and you got no car, you got no woman, and there you are. Some girls are sadistic, much are realistic, looking for a man, make them opportunistic. Something. Don't just stand there, bust a move, okay? You want it, okay? Don't just stand there, bust the move. Young MC, don't just stand there, say something. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand a little trepidation. Yeah, I can understand that, okay? But if now is the time, now is the time. Say something. Say something, okay? So yeah, all right? We are leaving out on that note. That download right there, boy. That came out of nowhere or somewhere. Yeah. All right. So I've been watching you for so very long. Okay. So somebody's watching. Somebody's watching. Okay. One of the things Kevin told me before I went into the military, when I was getting into the vehicle with a recruiter to be sent off to Fort Knox, Kentucky, Fort Knox in 1995, something about 85. He told me, he said, keep your nose clean because there's always someone watching. That's what he told me, okay? I didn't know what he meant. I thought he just meant, be a good soldier, don't do anything crazy. That's what I thought he meant, okay? But he meant spiritually, okay? We got our eyes on you, okay? Because we use crystal balls, witchcraft, okay? to peer into your life. That's what he meant. Okay? That's what he meant. That's what he meant when he said, keep your nose clean because there's always someone watching. That's what he meant. Okay? But I didn't understand it that way back then. Okay? Kevin did it. Is that a TV show? Kevin did it. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and summarize, okay, this. And again, what can you, so Divine is wanting me to share. Oh, thank you always, 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 always for all of your joy, okay? Just for all of the communication, okay? All of the high vibrational energy you all send me, okay? Just thank you, okay? Thank you so much. I am extremely grateful, and I always am. I always express gratitude to Most High, okay? Sometimes it's verbally. Yeah, the other day, yesterday, yesterday after I got off that conversation with that brother from a same spiritual mother, after that conversation, I just stood there for a minute. I was like, Divine, thank you for the confirmations. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for the connection. I was just saying it out loud. Divine, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just for ancestors, you are just showing yourself in such an undeniable and profound way in my life, in my journey, okay? Waking up and seeing the only card out here, Jamal, the only name mentioned, when I haven't touched these cards in 36 hours. Somebody pulled that card from the stack, just like somebody took that picture of me and showed the part of my extraterrestrialism with my right hand in Tucson, Arizona that I posted in the community tab. Divine, thank you. Thank you. You just keep showing up, doing what you do, okay? When you tell me I am something, you show me. And in the process of showing me, you show them, and them are the doubters. Thank you so much, Divine, because you just keep pouring out into me, okay? I am not a cup that is half full. I am a cup that is constantly being filled. Constantly being filled. Constantly. Okay? So, yeah. All right? Someone's a robot out here. Okay? Okay. Who are you talking about? Is it? Interesting. Okay. Thank you, Araya. Thank you so much, Christine. Okay. Thank you so much, CO. Okay. Again, so many of you. Sweet Gail, what's up, sunshine? We are closing this out. We are getting ready to summarize this. Okay. I'm just giving out gratitude, blessings. Okay. Okay. And decrees. Just thanking everyone. Okay. For all that they do. Okay. Again, in this energy. So what can you expect moving forward with spiritual wisdom and esoteric truths, or esoteric wisdom? I'm probably going to say that back, or like switched around forever. Right. But with esoteric wisdom and spiritual truths, what can you expect moving forward? What I am going to be doing is any canonical text that is to be shared, it will now be being shared on this channel. So right now, we are going through the Aquarian Gospel of Yeshua the Christ. So that Sunday morning reading, Sunday morning at 8 a.m., or excuse me, 10 a.m., Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, every Sunday, Eastern Time at 10 a.m., we journey through a little more of the Aquarian Gospel of Yeshua the Christ. That live reading will now be moved to this channel. So starting Sunday, this coming Sunday, starting Sunday, 10 a.m., we will be live continuing our journey through the esoteric or the Aquarian journey of Yeshua the Christ. That will now move to this channel and no longer be on Esoteric Guidance Extraterrestrial Earth Angel. That is the Shadow Band channel here on YouTube. I am going to post a message over there, a short video explaining that to the subscribers there. and how that channel is going to be left dormant for however long. All of the playlists that are available over there, they will continue to be. That includes my journals. I share all of my journals from 2014 to 2025. I share all of my journals on that, and that's journals, not journeys. Those journals are journeys, okay? Yeah, okay? So that channel will be left alone. Again, it is a shadow banned channel by YouTube employees, okay? It will be that way for however, maybe forever, and it'll just be an archived record, okay, of my journey and ascensions, okay? I shared so much on that channel, how I realized I was the physical embodiment of the Rock of Central Florida, and everything that they experienced as a collective, I experienced physically, including a new blood filter or blood filter failure in 2013, in the same year that they experienced an exodus and karmic energy pastor taking half the members because that house needed a new blood filter because the old one had failed. The ministers who were on staff at that time had failed Steve, okay? They had failed Kimberly, okay? They failed them and took half the members with them when they did that, okay? And Divine Source, me being a demonstration, I started dialysis in 2013 as a physical demonstration, okay? So there's so many things that I shared on that channel that will be there for those who are guided to listen to it and those who are guided to listen to that channel or to go to that channel at any point in time during their journey, okay? Oh, it's very easy. It's very easy. So let me give you an example of how you know it's shadow banned, okay? So on there, okay, I started that channel in June or July or something of 2023, 1 of those years, okay? And so that channel has 884 videos, 884 videos on that channel. Even now, to answer your question, Divine Waters, if I go over there and I start a live, it is shadow banned to the point to where only a limited number of people will see that video. So only like 3 or 4 people will even tune in. Those of you who have tuned in to the live readings of the Aquarian Gospel of Yeshua, you know that for a fact. At no one given time is there more than 5 or 6 people in that room at a time. This channel was started on 12/4 of 2024. On this channel, there's not even 330 videos on this channel, and it has 1.45 or 1.46 thousand subscribers. That channel has 300 and something subscribers with 800 and something videos. 800 and something videos. So yeah, that's how you know it's shadow banned. Okay, 2.5 times more content, including energetic reads, and that channel still only pulling in 3 or 4 viewers per live video. Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, it's very strange because you've been over there during those live readings, Araya. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Very strange. And you see it. So yeah, that's how you know. Okay. All right. This channel doesn't have nearly as many videos. If this channel had 800 and something videos, or by the time this channel gets to 800 and something videos, it'll have 10,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? Yeah. 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 And then it drops back down. So it goes from 12 to 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 8, 1. Okay? This channel never does that. Never. There's constantly 20 something subscribers in this room once the video gets going. 20 something in here all of the time once the video gets going on this live. Okay? Always 30 plus likes in the live. That's the difference. Yeah. So you can expect esoteric canonical texts and other things to be shared on here, okay? Moving forward, okay? Thank you so much, Divine Source, for the wisdom to do so, to share it, okay? My journey is for a demonstration, okay? Reckless, depressed, Berlin Wall, okay? Something coming down, okay? The walls of Jericho, Berlin Wall, something coming down. You might need to do something 7 times in order for this to happen. You might need to speak an affirmation 7 times in order for the walls to fall spiritually, okay? You might need to do an egg cleanse 7 days in a row, okay? You might need to do something 7 days in a row, okay? Drink 64 ounces of water 7 days in a row. You might need to do something 7 days in a row, okay? Walk around your house 7 days in a row. Walk around your house 7 times. You might need to do something 7 times. Yep, that's why Divine Waters, that's why, because it's shadow banned. Someone's doing something to block the content, okay? Someone's doing something to block the content. Yep. Yep. Okay. So we have a liar out here. Again, Blair, Claire, Sinclair. There it is, okay? There is the card that was out here, okay? There is the card that was out here, okay? It's true. It's true, Divine Waters, okay? Mayat, thank you, Mayat, for all that you do in bringing in whatever this is. I receive it, whatever this is. Somebody's been watching me for so very long. Time to get the courage, girl, to be so strong, okay? If you really want to meet this, but you're kind of scared, okay? Time to step up to the plate, okay? You won't ever hear from me, I'm too prideful, all right? That's good, because we don't need to. Braids and dreads, Divine gives you confirmations. You don't need to hear from them, okay? Divine gives you confirmations. You don't need to hear from them, okay? You don't need to hear from them, okay? A Paul, Pauline, Paulette, Paula, Pauladine, somebody out here with the name Paul, first, middle, last name, okay? Pretends to be your friend. FBI agents, FBI agents are following, protecting you. Return to sender. Confirmation on Jamal. Okay. I had a dream. Okay. Araya, I'm not sure if you were here for that dream. Okay. I had a dream that I shared earlier in this video, at the beginning of this video. We have Cook County. Okay. Or a county's getting cooked. Okay. Okay. Also, there could be something out here about fraudulent accounting, cooking the books. Cooking the books. Cooking the books. Okay? Oh, okay. All right. Cooking the books. Refugees, spiritual refugees. Okay? Yeah. I was like, I just sat here for a minute. I was getting ready to write the dream down and I turned the lights on. Okay? And I turned the lights on. And I was like, whoa, I was just getting ready to light some sage. And I looked down and that card was just sitting out there. And I was just like, just another confirmation. Just another confirmation. Okay. Won't he do it? Somebody said that in the chat earlier. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Okay. There's some energy out here. Pining for you, pining for you, okay? Karmic energy, they always only want one thing, And that is only what you can give them if you want to sum it up. Okay? To sum it up, to sum it up, karmic energy only wants what you can give them. Okay? Only wants what you can give them. They are not interested in a reciprocal relationship. Okay? Confirmation, right? They are not interested in a reciprocal relationship. They are only interested in what they can get from you. Okay? Whether he will ever admit it or not, Bobby Brown was only interested in what he could get from Whitney. Okay? That Bobby Brown was only interested in what he could get from Whitney. Okay? And her being another financial resource for his drug addictions. And because she was down there already, yeah, it was a match made in karmic hell, okay, that ended her physical journey at the young age of 48. I can't believe 48. 48. To perhaps the greatest voice of her generation. The greatest voice of her generation. Okay? Absolutely. Okay? Yeah. Won't he do it? Yeah. Dean, James, Dean Kane. Okay? Could be something about Believe It or Not. Ripley's Believe It or Not. Dean Kane hosted that show. A sibling rivalry out here. A sibling rivalry. A sibling rivalry. Yeah. Incredible. Incredible. Okay? Yeah. For sure. Hunter. Hunter. Name or someone is. Okay? Celeste, Sicilian, and Cicero. Okay? Italian energy out here. Italian energy out here. All right? Spaghetti. Okay? Spaghetti, pasta, pizza. Okay? Mamma mia. Okay? Italian energy out here. Okay? Someone who always smacks somebody on the face. Right? When they talk to you, they got a Italian mob, mafia, they slap you on the face, right? Godfather, okay? The movie series, The Godfather, okay? We got contracts and marriages out here, okay? Contracts and marriages out here, 7th house, okay? Wow, interesting. Whoa, You know something that's interesting to me too, quickly? Jamie Foxx got extremely ill right around the time that shit about P. Diddy started to come forth. Jamie Foxx, remember he got real sick? Okay? Jamie Foxx got extremely ill and was in the hospital like unknown illness, unknown something, right around the time that shit about P. Diddy started to come out. Sean Combs. Right around that time, Jamie Foxx got extremely ill. Yeah. I'm just saying. Mel, M-E-L. It's true. In 2023 or 2022, 2023, I think. Yeah. Suddenly became extremely ill. When P. Diddy's ass was getting exposed. Grandpa. Okay? Secretly recording conversations. Hello. Okay? We are getting ready to, okay, sign off of this esoteric read. Okay? Gang stalking mechanic. Okay? Thompson. We were talking about Brian Thompson. Okay? Thompson. Clay Thompson. Okay? Thompson. Okay? Oh, also there's a software company out here that deals with accounting software. Thomson Reuters. Okay? They have an accounting system or software called Accounting CS that I used to use. Accounting CS. Thomson Reuters. accounting software. When we were talking about Cook County, I said someone cooking the books. They could be using Thomson Reuters Accounting CS, accounting software, QuickBooks, Sage software, okay? Accounting systems, investigators and collective accounting systems, okay? You know what I heard somebody do, okay? Divine is like, do you know what I heard somebody do? That's why I started this live so early. Divine was like a lot of information. Do you know what I saw recently? An employer of a large organization, okay? They were the manager, okay? And so managers are often, even middle level managers are often responsible for entering in payroll, putting in new employees' information, right, into payroll for tax purposes. And this particular manager created a fake employee, okay? And a fake social security number, whatever, right? And they were generating paychecks and taking these paychecks home, banking these paychecks with this fake employee that they created. So again, investigators, okay? Forensic accounting was one of my favorite parts of accounting. And I didn't do it very often, or I was just getting into it. But there were a couple of attorneys that I had worked with their clients and doing forensic accounting. Forensic accounting, okay? And one of them was a social security case, okay? Forensic accounting. So she, the manager, was a female for I don't know how long, okay? But it was $20,000, okay? Worth of false paychecks that this company had paid this ghost employee. But this person was banking those paychecks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yep, absolutely. Okay. Yep. And I filed PPP loans for clients. Okay. I guarantee you all of them were done in the upright. I guarantee you that. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you that. Okay. But yeah, PPP loans. Okay. There are a lot of clients out there, okay, of mine who have my credentials because all of my information is at the bottom of their 1040s, okay, or at the bottom of their business S corporation, okay, tax returns, C corporation, whatever. So there's a lot of people out there who have my information. So whether or not they use my credentials, I don't know. But there are a lot of people out there who have my information, okay? So we got BJ out here, okay? Bartholomew and Jenkins, okay? Yeah, wow. Valhalla, confirmation on the accountant, okay? A young death out here, a young death. Lydia, okay? Could be Lydia, okay? Lydia, Laban. Divine just gave me Laban. Laban, the name Laban, that's a religious book name too. Laban, someone's name is Laban. Lebanon, Laban, 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 okay? Lebanon, Lydia, Libya. Austin, Graham, Leonard, yep. All right. Protect your libido. All right. Protect your libido. Okay. To protect your libido. Okay. Yeah. Labia. Yeah. That's why I looked away for a minute because I was like, there's another word here coming through. Libido when you said labia. Okay. Protect. Protect. All right. And you do that by doing this. Okay. You do that. Okay. By not looking for a Bobby Brown, not connecting to a Bobby Brown, okay? Not connecting again, even if you were in that energy in the past. So you were a stripper in the past, okay? Don't go back to that energy, okay? A pimp cannot heal you from being a stripper. A pimp cannot heal you from being a prostitute, hustle and flow, okay? They can't heal you, okay? They can't heal you from that energy, okay? You want to get off the street, okay? And get out of being drug dealer, drug pusher, okay? The drug dealer that's giving you the drugs. Oh yeah, young blood, I'm gonna help you out. Return to sender, all monitoring spirits. Oh yeah, young blood, I'm gonna help you out. I can help you out, young blood. Oh yeah, I can help you make a lot of money. That is not gonna help you get off the streets. That is just going to further push you into being what they are. That's all that is. Okay? That's all that is. Okay? Will you be, I asked Whitney, the spirit of Whitney Houston, okay? This question. The spirit of Whitney Houston, Whitney Elizabeth Houston, let me ask you a question. Will you be, the next time you are here, will you be the propitiation for your bloodline? Okay? And I ask you this question, collective, okay? Will you be the propitiation for your bloodline? Okay? That is the expression of divine source, is what propitiation is. Will you be that? Okay? Secretly recording you, okay? Terminated employment, okay? Fired, and then they got fired up about getting fired, okay? That's a backfire, okay? For those who did smear campaigns, okay, against you. Those who tried to ruin your name, your reputation, you had to move, you had to relocate, whatever your journey is, okay? Terminated employment. The truth has come to set you free. Also, collective, okay? If you were terminated, that's a blessing, okay? If you were terminated, that's a blessing. Suddenly, if you were terminated, that's a blessing. FBI, thanks for watching, FBI. Thanks for doing what you do, okay? A former lover stole your mail, okay? Mail theft. Again, I know it's illegal in the U.S. I don't know if it's illegal elsewhere in the world, okay? We have Kali Ma, divine feminine energy out here. Shakti, okay? Destruction, transformation, okay? And liberation. There's something about LIB words. Libya, okay? Libya, okay? Okay? Lydia, okay? L-I, okay? Or a lie, okay? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, Libra. And in fact, Libra was one of the ones we got out here when we rolled on one of these cards out here. Maybe it hasn't come out yet. Okay? One of the three zodiacs was a Libra. Okay? We have Sherry. Okay? Sherry. Karma Chameleons. Could be a dude out here that wears a lot of makeup, like Boy George. Could be a male figure out here that wears a lot of makeup. Okay? Crenshaw, Kutzall, Gretchen. That name's standing out to me. Gretchen. Something could be wretched. Gretchen. I can just keep saying it. Wretched. 1010, confirmation on the 1010 angel number. Booyah shaka, baby, it came out. Confirmation, it came out. And this live psychic investigation read confirmations for you. It came out. John F. Kennedy was assassinated for government secrets. Oh, is it? Wow. Okay. Kidnapping movie. So there you go. CR, DR. Could be something about CPR, something about your credentials. Okay. A DR, those are credentials. Dominican Republic, doctor, credentials. or a CR and a DR name. CR initials, DR initials. I'm getting something's going to be retroactive. Woo! Retroactive. So what does retroactive means? Okay? What does retroactive means? Let's say, for instance, you were due a promotion, okay, in the 3D, spiritually, okay? Let's say you were interesting, okay? I have something in my journal, okay? There is a message in one of my journals that I did not write, okay? You want to see the message? I can read the message to you. There is a message in one of my journals, it's not even in my handwriting, that I did not write. I know who wrote it, okay? And I didn't see this until years after, okay? I had disconnected from them, okay? Someone wrote something in one of my journals that I did not write. Very interesting that you should share that, okay? Always loving, very interesting, all right? So, yeah, credentials, doctor, okay? Retrograde, okay? Or retroactive. So let's say, for instance, you were due a promotion 6 months ago, and with that raise comes another $20,000, $30,000 a year, okay? So with that raise, okay, that one who truly honors you, whoever that boss or authoritative figure is, okay, whoever that is, approving manager, okay, again, CEO, CFO, whoever that is, they could be like, you should have gotten this months ago, okay? So we are going to make this retroactive, okay? So from the actual date of your anniversary or whenever this was done, okay, that should have been done and filed, up until now, retroactive. So for 6 months back, okay, and then you get all of that, okay, whatever that divvied up over 6 months is. So if it's $20,000 and you get paid twice a month, okay, over 6 months, you will get that boom, 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 boom. Retroactive. Something's going back to, okay? So it's multiplied. Retroactive. It just doesn't start today. It starts back then when it was originally supposed to start, okay? Hello, Christine. We are tying this up, okay? We have Sharma, okay? Sharma, okay? Shout out to the high vibrational Charmaine. I only know one high vibrational Charmaine at this time. Shaviv, Genevieve, and Grant, okay? Grant. You could be granted something, granted, access, granted. Move away silently. Isabella. Move away silently, okay? We killed your mother or father with witchcraft to steal your inheritance, okay? And lastly, your first spouse is behind the witchcraft. Your first spouse, okay? So, thank you so much as always for tuning in, okay, to Spiritual Wisdom. And see, I'm going to say it back and forth for a long time. I can already see that. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to Esoteric Wisdom and Spiritual Truths, okay? My name is Nehru. I am an extraterrestrial earth angel. I was born this lifetime on the 333rd day of the year, okay? Thank you so much for all that you do here on this planet, not just in your own personal journey and walk and being the propitiation for your bloodline, but also all that you bring here, okay? All of the high vibrational energy that you show your family, even if they choose to ignore it, all of the high vibrational energy that you choose to show your coworkers, even if they think you a little wacky, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with being unorthodox, okay? The world is too orthodox, okay? That's being politically correct. There is nothing wrong with being unorthodox, Okay? Thank you so much as always. Okay? All of the love that's being showed to me right now. Okay? Yeah. There's someone in this energy, and I was going to say this. I feel a little better about it just for protecting their energy. They are here currently. Okay? And I was going to say this at a point in time when they mentioned something in the live, but it would have been apparent, obviously, that I was speaking to them. Okay? But I'm going to say this, okay, to you. Okay? You spoil me. Okay? Your energy is spoiling me. Okay? Collective, your energy is spoiling me. Again, energy of someone who's coming towards you, your energy is spoiling me in the most amazing and wonderful way. All right? Thank you so much as always for tuning in, and be encouraged.